Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Let's Go Elks here from the lovely Round Valley Dome, the top workman dome as it is nowadays. I'm joined by Mr. Dan Muth.
Good evening everybody.
And Mr. Stephen Pena.
Good evening.
We have an excellent game between your Round Valley Elks and the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. A lot of implications from this game. Stephen, what are we looking at if we win? What are we looking at if we lose?
Okay, if we win, we'll have one league loss, and if depending on what happens with Shiloh Payson over the mountain, we could end up in a three-way tie for first place and more than likely win the region based on a higher state ranking. If we lose, not all bad, drop probably in the state rankings to 12-13, and even though we wouldn't have a home game and we'd be a little bit lower in the seedings, it may put us in a more favorable part of the bracket to going to state, into state. Kind of interesting there. Those are the two major implications for tonight's game. Blue Ridge has no chance of being in the league title situation. They've got 2 losses already, and no matter what happens tonight, the worst situation is 1 loss for somebody in the league.
There you go. Complicated. I think that's why we are thinking about maybe talking more about it tomorrow. We'll see if that comes to fruition.
And in the state rankings, Payson's 9, Blue Ridge is 10, we're 11. And so and Shiloh's 16. Shiloh really needs to win. They probably have the most motivation to win out of the 4 teams because they could possibly drop out of the state playoffs if they lose tonight.
Yeah, and a Shiloh team I feel like that's really picked up a lot of steam the last couple weeks. Not the same team we faced earlier this season.
Their youth is no longer young. They've adapted to their grown into their new system with their new coach, and they're playing some of the best ball in the state tonight. Coming into tonight.
Well, that's indicative of a new coaching staff, right?
Yep.
I mean,
and youth.
Yeah, you're going to have that break-in period where everybody's trying to get a new feel for possibly a new system, new way of doing things, new looks. Everybody's basically starting over. Even your returners, they're basically starting over. So,
I've got some funny looks tonight because I've all week I've picked Shiloh to win tonight against Payson, and I fully believe it wouldn't be an upset if that's what happens. So let's see. It'll see what happens. But for Round Valley, we win, we could end up with a tie for first place in the East region, which doesn't mean a lot other than maybe some placements on the all-region team. That's the benefit of being the region champion. You get a little bit of preferential treatment in that region meeting, coaches meeting.
I was a little surprised that there wasn't more shakeups in the
rankings.
In the rankings with all the upsets that happened last week.
What happened with us, I was surprised initially too that I looked back at the prior week rankings. We were 3 points behind the nearest team to us. So even though we gained on them and teams fell, the gap was too big for us to overtake Blue Ridge last week. they were 3 points ahead of us going into last week's game.
Well, I guess that makes sense because
Yeah.
you're getting to that point of the season where you're accumulating points or you have accumulated a lot of points, so you shouldn't see the big movements because everybody is.
Yeah, but there was a big gap where now from 7 to 10, 7 to 11 is a point difference in that rating. So,
Wow, okay.
so we could, outside chance, if the stars align, we could end up 7 tomorrow morning when the rankings are announced, and be even if we win, we could be 10. Could be the best we do, but because it's going to be really just depends on what happens in front of us.
And refresh my memory, the top 8
Host.
have home field advantage.
Yeah.
So.
There are no automatic qualifiers, so you can win your region and be 17 and stay home in 3A. 2A, you're guaranteed a spot if you win your region, not in 3A.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. So you're telling me there is a scenario out there where we play this game tonight, and then next week we play the same game.
I don't think that will happen, but there.
You think they'd fall too far?
Yes, yeah, I think we would be. If that were to happen, they're not going to be one behind us. I don't think. For that to happen, they would all have to go up and us get to 8.
Yeah.
And that if they lose, they're not going to be there. What could happen though? Me and Brian Bell have had this discussion this week. I could see us playing Payson in round 1.
Yeah.
But I think that is a probably 30% possibility that if they win and we win, that they're 8 and we're 9.
Yeah, I look for that game. I think that would be. I would love to see that rematch for 2 reasons. One, feel like we kind of. I don't know if give it away or just. We did. Statistically, we won that game. It's just somehow the score didn't reflect it. But the second thing,
they hit some big plays.
Yeah, they did. But the second thing is, it is very hard to beat the same team twice in the same season, and I would look forward to that matchup. So I would look forward to a Payson Round Valley rematch going into the playoffs. I think that would be a wonderful thing.
I'd say the highest probability of our first game next week is us traveling to River Valley, Mojave Valley.
Oof, that's
a
trip.
drive.
And if you don't know where that is, they're as close to California as we are to New Mexico, folks. So
yeah, there's only a river that separates them.
It's like what, North Yuma, I guess is what you call it.
well, they're dead center. They're dead
they're in that Parker neighborhood.
Yeah, they're about 50 miles north of Parker.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it would be an indoor game. They play in the field house as well.
They have an indoor facility?
Yes. Them and Mojave share that facility.
Well, in August, they're known for their high temperatures. So,
yeah,
that they are just north of Hades. As far as the temperature goes, I think that is the hottest. The hottest place I have ever been is on the Colorado River by Parker.
The summer before me and my wife got married, about a month before we got married, my grandmother-in-law lived in Lake Havasu. She had some furniture for us. We went and picked it up. On the hottest day recorded ever in Arizona, Lake Havasu, 132 degrees, in a truck with no air conditioning.
Whew. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My father-in-law's F-150 with no air conditioning, F-250 with no air conditioning.
Yeah.
So.
Day like that, your car will overheat just sitting there. Don't even have to start it.
Yeah, the place on the planet would have to take an ice chest to the store with them so the milk doesn't curdle before they get home.
Oh, yeah. I remember I've gone on a few motorcycle rides through various parts of the state, and I know those guys with, air-cooled bikes, if you're sitting in traffic, you got to shut them off. They'll overheat.
Oh, yeah.
I have a water-cooled bike, so I don't have to worry about it too much.
Mine's air-cooled, and it'll vapor lock in Phoenix.
Yeah, I believe it. If you're not moving, man.
I'm air-cooled, and I overheat sitting at a intersection. So.
Bro, I sweat getting up off the couch to get the remote control. It's tough. even when I'm in shape, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I am part polar bear, though, so I don't get cold very easily.
Yeah. So, what do you fine folks think about tonight's game?
I'm excited. I feel like we've been ramping up and staying healthy, and I feel like Blue Ridge has been having a tough go the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And so it's like the perfect opportunity for us to get a big statement win going into the playoffs.
Yep. One of their, they like to throw, they throw a little bit more than we do. Their quarterback has a really strong arm. I saw him throwing last week. He overthrew a receiver, and I counted about 55, 60 yards in the air. But
all right,
if we're able to put pressure on him, it's
I hate
a problem.
to cut you off, but we're getting ready to show the senior video.
I'll
my timer says 60 seconds, so I just don't want to be late to the party here.
I will gladly secede for that. Or we can mention the drinking game you guys have thought about,
Yes, tonight the game is every time Steven cries, we're going to have a drink.
Surprisingly, I'm going to remain quiet.
While you're there, please give a like, subscribe to Let's Go Elks. To all of our fans over there from Blue Ridge, we will be live streaming tonight's contest on the same channel at YouTube at Let's Go Elks. Feel free to share that with your friends and family.
All right, and here we go. He suckered me. I thought he was starting the video. He was not. He said there was going to be a countdown on this thing. I don't see a countdown. Does anyone see a countdown? It just says it'll begin shortly.
All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, a 2-minute
There we go.
2-minute countdown.
Yes.
I don't see it.
It's right here.
Yeah, it just did a little preview. It's
Got to go to ripple effect.
Yeah. Oh. So how am I behind you guys?
I'm on the
35,
I'm on the
34,
school Wi-Fi.
33, 32, 31.
Yeah, I'm staying
30.
on the.
You good? Okay.
I'm staying on the game feed.
Oh my goodness. All right.
So we got a lot going on.
I was panicking because I thought he was changing, and then he just started a song. That's all right. It wouldn't be a Let's Go Elks production if I didn't push the wrong button at least twice.
Well,
I mean, twice is a good night for me.
you got to have that. You got to have that panic, right? Keeps the heart pumping.
Bro, you have no idea.
Yes, I do. I do. I really, really do.
I know. I'm just glad you guys put up with me. Sometimes I'm just a ball of stress over here.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. No. See, I think it's more me putting up with you, too.
See, I'm
Because
explaining
there's
to you.
a lot of team-up action going on every time we get together.
I lash out irrationally, Dan. That's what I do.
Yeah, is that what you're going with?
It's my love language.
Okay. Well,
So, honestly, how many times are you going to cry, Steven?
Here in about 2 minutes. Probably pre-halftime before I go down for the senior night. And then if my son makes a big play of some sort, I'll probably bawl like a baby then. After the game, I'm sure he'll probably grab the seniors for that. So
that's what we needed was a pool.
My name is Staten Wilson. I wear number 4. I'm giving my jersey to my little sister, Cicely. We've been best friends since she was born, and she's always supported me. I would also like to include my aunt, Jordy Samuelson, who has played a big part in me accomplishing my dreams and goals.
I'm Dwight Reed, number 5, giving it to Dave Parnell because he's taught me the most about life in the past 2 years. Yeah.
My name is Johnny Madrid. I'm number 10. I'll be giving my jersey to Joshua Burton because he's impacted my life a lot and helped me become a better athlete and a better person.
My name is Connor Luker. I wear number 11. I'm giving my jersey to Coach Brad Waka because he's always pushed me all 4 years of high school and believed in me.
I'm Kay Latho. I'm number 14, and I select Mrs. Cattell because she's one of my favorite teachers and she's so sweet.
Hi, my name is Cole Tom. I wear number 19. I'm giving my jersey to my brother Blake Tom because he's always been there for me and has always taught me how to be an example for him.
Hi, my name is Joseph Wiley, and my number is 44. And I picked my sister Anna Wiley because she's really supportive of me, and we've been through a lot together, and she's one of my favorite people in the world.
I'm Ryan Pena. I wear number 52, and I'm giving mine to Dr. Devin Ditmore because he's given me advice for my future and has inspired my career paths and is always there when I need him.
My name is Brody Finch, and I wear number 54. I'm giving my jersey to Miss Hollis because she's the kindest person I know, and she's helped me out in a time in my life where I needed.
Hi, my name is Wyatt Hetrick. My number is 77. I'm giving my jersey to Travis Trickey because he saved me in a time of my life when I needed him the most, and he means a lot to me.
All right, and we are back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome if they are down at the 50-yard line right now. Our managers, do we have some people in jerseys down there right now? Is anybody down there by you on the 50? One person is. 2 people are. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for those that have been recognized this week. Cicely Wilson, Jordy Samuelson, Dave Parnell, Joshua Burton, Brad Baca, Breanne Cattell, Blake Tom, Anna Watley, Dr. Ditmore, Mrs. Hans, and Travis Trickey. Thank you so much. Down on the field now, a few of those amazing individuals.
There we go. Some of the recipients of jerseys tonight. Oh, there's another one.
Oh, we got even some more. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the people shaping our seniors' lives. On the concourse right now, Round Valley Youth Football.
Yeah, I still don't know where the football team is. I'm not going to lie. They were supposed to be entering right about now.
Did they not catch?
I wonder if the
Did they not get off a Tatooine? Or, I mean, what's the.
they're in the tunnel right now. They're all going to come out the tunnel together. They're entering the tunnel right now.
Round Valley, are you ready for some Friday?
You tell them, B.
Yeah, getting after it.
You will, and you have to do better than that. Round Valley, are you ready for the Elks in the house tonight? Your Round Valley Elks, last regular season game in the
I can't believe football season's over already.
I know.
football. The Yellowjackets are here. Round Valley, one more time. Are you ready for some football?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yes, I am.
Andrea, tell him, so make sure you
There they are. Ladies and gentlemen, your Round Valley Elks,
And
Junior
friends.
Elks, and Cavs.
Oh, I like it. I'm getting pumped. This should be a good one tonight, fellas.
Yeah. Almost wondered, well, at least it doesn't take 20 minutes for the lights to come back up. Yeah.
That is very nice.
Blue Ridge High School and Round Valley High School.
So Blue Ridge's captains are getting ready to come out. Round Valley's captains getting ready to come out.
This evening, please help me welcome Round Valley High School's Bella Voce Choir.
Belle voce.
If you would please
Voce
stand,
bella.
remove cover for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh. Sorry, headline's been turned around. He's like, I don't want to be here. I found that humorous.
He doesn't want to sing bass.
I think he could do it.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, Mona Haas and the Bella Voce Choir.
I knew we'd catch a shot of Mona. She was turning around. I got her. All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but now I'm super excited. That was a beautiful rendition.
Yes,
of
it
that.
was. Yes, it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your Round Valley Flag Football and Round Valley Youth Football Leagues. Run now with the Elks tonight.
Just a small army of them is all. Playing some corn tonight, circa 2004.
Corn. Yeah.
Yes. You heard it, and it took you a while to place it.
It's like I know this song.
That's what I'm saying. It's at this point, it's kind of old,
Well, you know,
which makes me feel old.
So
last time I heard it was Shiloh McCall's last at bat.
So our have captains tonight, Connor Luker, Staten Wilson, Wyatt Hetrick, Ryan Pena. For Blue Ridge, number 10, Berlin, number 8, Tricky.
57?
57.
How's everybody ready to play?
Jared Cox.
And number 12.
You're going to call it, you're going to call in the air where Mr. Steve can hear you. I'm going to catch it. If I don't, we'll real quick. It is ahead. You get to choose. Grand Valley wins the toss. They'll defer. You want the football? Which way would you like to kick the football?
Was it Hawk Harris? That's the, no, number 12.
Number 12.
Cario Harris.
Your back's here. You'll receive the football. Shake hands again. Play hard.
Round Valley, refill the dome. Let's go for some football.
So I think I have to make an adjustment on the board. I moved the ref mic to 7-8 instead of 11-12.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Wasn't getting anything. I had to do that with the atmosphere. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll figure it out.
We got Mr. Hetrick in the middle pumping the boys up tonight. I don't know why I got so excited.
Hey, I got some new bling just delivered to me.
Oh, we got to get that on the crew camp. Nice. I mean, yes.
Yes. This is going to be part of my black and gold day attire next year. I can guarantee it.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, as we get ready to go here, we got 12 minutes on the clock. We're ready to kick off our Treadmasters first quarter. Treadmasters Tire and Loop first quarter. I'll push enough buttons. We'll eventually get where we want to go.
Joseph Watley, senior, kicking off for us tonight. Who do we got back deep?
I've got...
Is that number 1 or 7? Hard to read from here. Definitely single digit.
I believe it's 7. 7 and 2.
7 and 2.
7 and 2.
Brecken Sarchet at numbers 2 and Samuel James, number 7. Show West.
There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are seconds away from being underway. And here we go. Line drive kick's going to be fielded inside the 10.
Ooh, hit hard.
Big hit.
Yeah. Number 7 bringing that out to about the 21-yard line.
Looks like they're going to give him the 22 maybe. Hard to tell.
Nope, that's
he
where
keeps walking in between them. So
yeah, they're going to mark it at about the 22. Let's just call it 22, make it even.
Yeah, I like it.
Round Valley coming out in a 4-man front. He's going to get through. Berlin's going to get about to the 29, maybe just short of the 30.
Hit early, unfortunately thrown down forward.
Gavin Pettit.
You know, it looked like to me that he had an opportunity to hit a hole in the middle and waited for the hole outside the tackle to open up.
I'm not going to lie, there was a massive hole with a cut back to the right, but he was just like, no, play is outside left tackle.
Yeah.
Hitting the backfield.
That'll be no gain. Maybe, well.
Yeah, he was able to fall forward.
So they give him a 1. They give him a gain of 1. According to Mr. Hauser over there.
So already first possession, we're seeing a big third down, 3rd and 1 for the Yellowjackets.
See if we can shut this down. Oh, broke illegal participation.
Substitution.
Ooh, that's going to make it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, so they try to catch it before if the ball snapped, it's participation. If it's before the snap, it's substitution.
And the other one's 15, right?
Right.
Oh, this is a drive killer. You know, we go from 3rd and 1. highly probable to maybe.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Round Valley to make a big stop. And
He's hitting the back.
They will.
Oh, how was that not holding? He threw number 15 on the ground.
Yeah, wrapped him around his pads and then threw him.
So that'll bring up fourth and 2.
See how aggressive the Yellowjackets are going to be tonight. It looks like they're already swapping personnel. Is this going to be for a punt formation? It looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, it looks like Samuel James checking in. And who was that?
Oh, no,
Hawkins
quarterback's the
checking out?
punter. That's the deal.
Oh, okay.
He's way back there. They got personal protectors. This is going to be a punt.
Fake.
And they'll get the first down as they cross the 35, almost to the 36-yard line.
All right.
Mason
Already
Arona.
1 4th down, and it goes complete for the Yellowjackets.
Yeah, so note to self, when they line up with two close to each other like that, there's definitely a fake opportunity. Quarterback's back in shotgun. He's going to hand out, runs into traffic, but he will cross the 40 to about the 41.
Jose Leon on the tackle.
So Blue Ridge pretty consistent so far in this drive. They're picking up 3 and 4 in every play. The only backwards movement was on a penalty so far tonight.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success with second effort, I feel like. Like that one again, contact made in the backfield, but just not letting that be the end, surging forward. So now it's back to 3rd down, 3rd and short.
Good, he cut back, and so we didn't get good contact back there, but nice cut back to avoid a loss.
So 3rd and short for Blue Ridge. On the
Oh,
keeper, and
no
he'll be hit.
gain, loss.
Yeah, it looks like a loss of 1
Kamari.
on the blitz. So now it's going to be 4th and 2 for Blue Ridge.
I bet they straight up go for it this time.
Under center. And he'll dive through for the first down. So Blue Ridge will get the first down by a yard.
Quick set up and go, caught us not quite in position.
That is enough for a first down.
You could probably do it faster than me.
So Blue Ridge is on their own 46, 1st and 10. Approaching midfield. Quarterback's back in shotgun. There's a snap. He's looking for a hole in the middle. He finds it, and he's going to dig out about 5 or 6 yards. So, Stephen, based on the information that you gave us, that's pretty consistent with how they've been doing all year.
Actually, every drive I've seen watching film, they've thrown a pass by now. But, yeah, they will run in shorter yardage. They will start off running the ball on first down about 85% of the time. And in these situations, they do run quite a bit, but they're about 60-40 run to pass.
And here's your pass.
Oh! Almost intercepted. Broken up.
He will throw into pressure. I've seen that. And if he gets a pick, he gets real in his head.
Sweet.
Yeah, Staten Wilson looking like he's looking like he was maybe held or.
This is a big 3rd down.
He's got a big hole in the middle. He gets into the 40-yard line before he's hit and brought down. So now Blue Ridge driving inside in Round Valley territory on the 40.
Another first down.
So this is already going to be, the 11th play of this drive?
Yep, I think so.
They've already burned off quite a bit of time off the clock.
Yeah, 5.5 minutes here. Lots of time. He's looking to throw.
Oh, off his
almost
hands.
picked off. Who is that? Is that Wilson?
Yes.
In and out of Staten Wilson's hands.
Don't worry, the chef's just getting warmed up.
2nd and 10 for Blue Ridge.
Nice break on the ball. Just couldn't hold on.
2nd 10, 40-yard line.
You know, with the running game working as consistently as it has, I don't know that there's really a necessity to go to a passing game if they're making it 3 and 4 at a time. Again, here's another run for about 3 yards for 3rd down.
Tackle by number 78, Brennan Brown.
Now they do.
Yeah,
Now they have a passing. Now they have to pass.
They're throwing about 70% of the time in this situation.
Yeah. If they, they would have closed half that distance had they stuck with what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Out to the right side, one man in the backfield, number 12.
They
There's
give.
the handoff. He's looking for a hole, and he's not going to find it. So they'll gain about 4, maybe 5.
4th and manageable, though.
Yeah, I mean,
4th
that's
and
doable.
4th and 3 here.
Well, the way they've been running the ball tonight, that's definitely doable.
Yeah.
This is where you get loud.
Their front 5 is definitely making some opportunities for their running backs. Our defensive line is not getting the stops they need.
Well, I'll just say from what I'm seeing on some camera copies on my end is they're letting the boys play tonight down there.
Well,
Oh, missed tackle in the backfield.
so 1st down there on the Round Valley 25. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of
kind of wrap up almost.
well, and you know, the linemen in Blue Ridge are famous for their grabbing the breastplate, but they keep it inside the frame. So, you know, you're not gonna get a lot of holding calls
Inside
unless-
the frame, yep.
Inside the frame. So
Blue Ridge spread out. Gives the number 4 up the middle.
Oh, big hit.
yeah. Is that Mighty Mouse? No.
No, that was Finch, Cody Finch, and Brown on the tackle.
So Round Valley with an opportunity to bend and not break. 2nd and 9. Or
2nd and 10.
yeah, 2nd and 10. I guess they put it back at the line of scrimmage. So Round Valley's defense trying to stiffen up a little bit.
Same formation left side. Quarterback looking to make an adjustment.
Here's the snap. He hands off to 4, and he'll get maybe a yard.
Mason Arona on the tackle.
So far, Round Valley in a big bend, don't break situation so
Yeah.
far.
So now 3rd and 9.
The first defender there, correct me if I'm wrong, but he dropped his head. He could have had a tackle, but
That's
right here
happening.
looks like he dropped his head a little bit. And
Yeah, that's
got
actually
by.
happening more often than not.
3rd and 9. Blue Ridge in the same formation.
Round Valley coming hard. Quarterback's rolling out. He's looking. He doesn't have
Nobody
anybody. He's
there.
under pressure. He's going to go out of bounds. Short of the 1st down. So it's going to be 4th and 5, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Peyton Tucker was very close to running him down. So 4th and 4.
Going for it.
Yeah, this is go for it territory.
They've got a pretty good kicker, so I thought they might look at kicking it here. But the way they move the ball,
I mean,
this does not surprise me.
It's a little early to go for a field goal, but, you know, maybe.
3.5 minutes on the clock. Blue Ridge getting
If this was college or NFL, you'd more expect it.
I'm surprised he's not counting yet. There he is. Now I see the swipes. They're going to have to call time.
Yeah.
And they do. Yep.
They were doing that on purpose, running the clock down a little bit. Their goal, I think, tonight is to keep the ball out of our hands and shorten the game.
Well, so far, that is definitely working because the entirety of the first quarter thus far has been with Blue Ridge in possession.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that, you know, that's reminiscent of another era.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan. I'm not a fan of Blue Ridge per se, but I am a fan of
That style of ball.
that style of ball. Pick it up 3 and 4 yards at a time. Control the clock. Control the pace of the game. Keep your opponent's defense on the field. Wear them out early. Because if they can't get their offense on the field, they don't have the opportunity to score. As much as we don't like it, it is very much an effective way to win a football game.
Yeah. The downside for them, if they don't score here, they've exerted a lot of energy for not much, and or for nothing, and so it can backfire on you if you don't get points out of the drive.
Well, he who lives by the sword shall surely die by it.
Yeah.
There's a pitch to number 12, and he's hit and brought down, but
there's a legal procedure before the play. I thought I heard a whistle.
yeah. So Blue Ridge jumped the gun. That'll back him up another 5.
I was wondering because the way they charged up to the line.
It looked awkward.
Yeah.
It looked awkward.
They weren't set. What I'm wondering now is do you take the field goal opportunity? If you miss, you put Round Valley at the 20.
Oh, man.
Yeah. See, that.
Timeout Round Valley because we were trying to do a
the
substitution.
official timeout. Oh, no, they did. They did. You're right.
We were trying to sub out, and then they were trying to get back on the ball quickly to catch us, and so that forced us to use a timeout to avoid the penalty and pretty much give them the first
down. It caught
down.
the officials off guard, too. They were running back.
Well, he was running back, for the field goal, and then the back judge saw, because coach was trying to get his attention and called timeout before the flag.
Yep.
Luckily, was that the umpire that saw him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, the umpire got. I bet Brad was.
It's very interesting how quickly Blue Ridge made the personnel change and got out on the ball.
Yeah.
And kind of, I hate to say it, but catching us a little flat-footed. So now Round Valley with the opportunity to block the field goal. 41-yarder. It's up and it's short.
What are you doing? That's the worst thing.
Well, it died.
Oh, yeah, because it didn't go in the end zone, so it's going. But it's not a live ball. It's not a live ball either.
Yeah, it goes to the 20, doesn't it?
No, because it didn't go into the end zone.
It didn't go into the end zone, so the ball will be spotted on the 1-yard line.
All right, well, a little confusion, but hey, more yards to gain.
Yeah, not what I would call outstanding field position, but definitely the opportunity is here. So now Round Valley with their first possession of the first quarter, 3:10 left on the 3:10 on the clock. Blue Ridge setting them back deep with a missed field goal attempt. Luker's back in shotgun. There's the handoff. And we've now got some running room as the ball comes out to the 5-yard line.
6
or
yard
7,
line.
yeah.
And now, I don't know where they're spotting it. I
7.
better quit trying to call it.
No, it's at the 7.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
he was one man from going 99.
Well, at least we're not back in shotgun in the end zone now. That's good news.
I like it.
Yeah.
So now Round Valley with the opportunity to march down the field. Luker back at shotgun on about the 2. Man in motion.
He pulls it. Nice cut.
He's going to get to about the 9.
Flag. What do you reckon the flag was for? That's in the area of holding or face mask.
No.
That's right where the ball carrier was.
Round Valley.
That's a hold, Round Valley. So half the distance?
Yes.
Yep. So that'll back him up to the 3. Or just this side of it.
Is that a replay second down situation?
Yes. Yep. Back them up. And, if I was Blue Ridge, I don't know, they're still deep. Lose the down. Why give them another opportunity? Oh, there's the corner. And he's going to cross the 22-yard line, 23.
I mean, he had the block. I'm not sure quite what he was doing. I think he got up on him so fast, he's like, oh no, there's somebody there.
Yeah.
I want to watch that one again. White Mountain Regional Medical Center instant replay.
Great block by the tackle.
He just picks a side. He like tried to put a move instead of just picking a side and going.
Indeed.
Yeah, and thank goodness for us that we didn't hold while he was trying to pick a side. Luker's going to take it up the middle and fight his way out to about the 25.
Yeah, had a hole for a second, but man, it closed quickly. They collapsed down, and I saw what he was heading for, but man, it closed quick.
It did. We need to get that. We need to hit that hole quicker. That decision needs to be made faster as Staten Wilson checks in.
All right, let's give away some candy bars.
122-21 as it's counting down.
Couple selfies I have of people taking a selfie with the pet band, specifically Miss Haas in there. Gets candy bar.
Luker back in shotgun.
Go take some selfies with the pet band.
He's going to keep it and hit the other side, yeah. And they'll get to about, what, the 28, 29 yard line? So it'll be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4. As I search the sideline for the line to gain. I'm looking at the wrong stick. All right, here we go. Round Valley's offensive line creating opportunities. I believe that's Logan in motion. We will cross the 30 to about the 31, maybe?
I was really expecting a play action, quick dump off into the flat, but electing to just run the dive again.
Now the question is, will Round Valley scrimmage kick? Or will they go for it deep in their own territory?
Scrimmage kick is a punt for those of you that are wondering. So, the way they lined up, I expected, it looked like they were going to go for it. I would expect them to possibly line up, try to draw them off sides. I don't know if we would actually go with the
now, this isn't a timeout, if I'm correct. This
is the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, this is the end of the first quarter.
Guys, I don't know what happened to the Treadmaster Tire and Lube first quarter, but it's gone.
It's gone.
It is gone.
Well, and that's what happens when you keep it on the ground and run the ball, 70-80% of the time?
Yeah,
I mean, in that series, they threw, 4 passes? Blue Ridge
Not
did?
even that.
Yeah.
Not even
Maybe
that.
3?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
That'll really wear your tread down. Go see our friends at Treadmasters Tire and Lube to get that situation rectified. 928-333-3730.
Ball's on the 30-yard line, 3rd and 3 for the Elks.
Looks like Round Valley will set up for the scrimmage kick or the punt. Low snap, kicks away.
Oh, nice.
Line drive kick.
Oh, he
touched it. It's live, and it's still live. Who's going to get it? Blue Ridge will get it inside their 10-yard line.
They're still fighting for it, but I think they're going to give it to Blue Ridge.
Yeah, Blue Ridge got it. I think Round Valley reached in and tried to steal it.
Woo, that was exciting.
But Sarchett for Blue Ridge making the muffed punt recovery. Wow.
Wow. That was close. That could have turned this momentum really quick.
Yeah, it was, the ball landed in decent territory, but now for Round Valley, it's excellent territory.
Yeah.
Round Valley with a huge opportunity here to make a stop.
Great job of flipping the field there. Tricky. I don't know what he was thinking there, trying to grab that ball with that big bounce.
Blue Ridge return to the right side. Elks defense on the field.
Here's the handoff, and he's not going to get much.
He stopped his forward progress.
And Gavin Pettit all over that.
Yeah, so he'll lose 2 on that. So they'll go from the 7 back to the 5. So now it's 2nd and 12.
Pettit and Brown in on the tackle.
We give away candy bars at the game. You send me the answers to the questions. Blue Ridge, you're welcome to get in on this too. Get your cell phones out. I'm going to give you a number.
Taking a little more time with getting the play in on this one.
251-0005, 928-251-0005. Be ready.
I'm looking screen here.
Well, the back judge just gave the signal. They're inside of 15. Now the countdown to 10.
Little draw. Oh!
Hit and WWE thrown down at the 21-yard line. That was 23. Who is that?
Oh, that is Jose Leon.
Jose Leon just bulldogging the kid into the ground.
They're going to measure.
So here's a little piece of trivia as we're waiting for the change to come out. If you watch the back judge, he's got a little box that he hits the button on when the 40-second clock starts.
Which is as soon as the ball is down.
Yeah, so when he gets to 15 seconds, you'll see him put his arm and his fist up. And when he gets to 10, that's when you see him start to swing it out because he'll hear the beat. And that's how he counts down, and then that's how he knows when to signal. So if you're wondering why he's not synced up with the game clock, he's not paying attention to the game clock. He has his own timer.
First down by that
nose.
much.
Yeah. Really,
Yeah.
inches. Now
zone read to the right. Berlin.
Yeah, if you notice, the tight end pulled, trying to get that lead block for a gain of what, about 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, they really pack the middle of the field like sardines and just try and get lost inside the sauce back there, don't they?
They do. They've got pretty tight splits on the line of scrimmage, the linemen do.
Connor Luker on the tackle.
Now, the one thing I'm seeing that's kind of a concern for me is we're in that three-man front, and our backers are staying back, and we're giving – it's almost like we're giving ground.
Well, yeah. What's
check
happening
me on that, but
is our down linemen are getting in so quickly that they're too deep for the play, and the linebackers – they're just releasing and getting up on the backers. So now the backers aren't. So now it's going to the secondary for the tackles.
So it's almost like a screen for the front 3 or 4. Sort of, kind of, maybe. 4 with the ball, and he's grabbed.
Oh, that was a shoulder grab. That was not a face mask, Mr. Copeland.
Face mask, 32, Round Valley.
Well, let's watch it again. We'll
I
see
could
if
be
we
wrong.
can see it on the film.
Well, I saw the head turn, but I couldn't tell if it was because of the grab or. Yeah, there it was.
Yeah, he got a piece of face
Was it
mask.
face mask? Okay, I
He
take
did,
that
he-
back. I take that back.
He fish hooked him.
Face mask, number 32, Round Valley, first down.
Well, that'll do it. And I mean, if they get 4 more inches, they will have it across midfield.
Well, the nose of the ball is like right on the line from what I can see, but
Chase, I'd love it if they'd punch this ball out.
Same formation for the Yellowjackets. One in the backfield, number 4 back there with quarterback number 10. We're going to
Oh, Lane Hill, violent.
yeah, Lane Hill stopping him and then getting some help to bring him down. So that's going to be a loss of 2.
Watch that one again.
Yeah, Lane Hill was just there all.
Boom.
I was talking to some of our players today. They said they hate going against Lane in practice because he just hurts. when he's making the tackle, when he's hitting you.
Second and 12, quarterback looks left side.
Quarterback stepping up. He's under pressure. And he's going to get dropped down for a loss of another 3.
Brennan Brown and Mason Arona. Brown tripped him up.
I think it was Tucker that flushed him out and actually did the ankle grab.
No, he gets away from Tucker,
edge.
and then you'll see the edge. You'll see the defensive tackle right there trip him up. And then Mason grabbing.
Was that the tackle with the ankle grab? I saw the 8. And Blue Ridge wants to talk about it. So now, Blue Ridge 3rd and 15.
They will be throwing, I can guarantee you.
From their own 45-yard line.
They like that bootleg. Get him out in space, get the quarterback out in space.
Oh, good a time as any to shout out one of our longtime sponsors, Backwood Tees. Backwood Tees serving the White Mountains since 2017, giving you customized apparel and promotional products for your business, sports team, and events. Ooh, they even do patches, hats, they'll do leather, and PVC vinyl. Go to backwoodstees.com for more information.
They throw it here about 80% of the time in this situation.
You know, I really didn't say much in the pregame, but this is the dogfight I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Both teams pretty evenly matched, and it shows right now.
Yep.
The question now is, who's going to blink first?
All right, 3rd and 15, Elks fans. Let's get crazy for the defense.
Round Valley defense with a huge opportunity here to make a stop.
One in the backfield. Quarterback rolls left side.
Quarterback's rolling out. He's looking. He's under a little pressure. He's looking. Nobody's open. He's going to run out of bounds at about the 46, 47-yard line. So got some of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and a mile now.
Lane Hill with pressure. Yes. Brings up 4th.
Yeah, 4th and
13. We going to see him punt, or are they just going to go for it? They've been aggressive all game.
All right, guys, if you're in the chat, smash those emojis. Let us know. Give the boys some love. This is an opportunity for a big stop here.
I see Crick going about 80 yards right here. That's my prediction.
Delay
of game.
So that'll back them up even more.
Snap, delay game, Blue Ridge.
I was wondering, it felt like it was taking them forever to get this thing off.
Yeah.
So, at least in the back of my mind, I feel slightly justified.
There were some rumors at school that their quarterback was injured this week. And that might be part of the reason they're not throwing as much. I don't know.
Interesting.
He's pretty tired. You could tell it. He was kind of wore out.
And it's going to go out of bounds
at the 23, 24?
Yeah, 22 right
23,
there.
yeah. So Round Valley in pretty decent field position to start.
And with 7:47 left in this Arizona Choice Insurance second quarter, we are still scoreless.
And
where did this half go?
And Round Valley's second possession.
Yes,
Yeah.
this will be our second attempt.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't even warmed up yet. If you think about it, the offense hasn't really had the opportunity to find its stride.
Yeah, not enough time to get in a rhythm yet. Crick scared him a couple of times though that last drive. You know, yeah, one step a couple of times from going distance.
Oh, he fell down. Our receiver fell down.
Yeah. Tripped. Can't even call that PI.
No, they
feet
just got tangled.
Feet got tangled, yeah.
Yeah, they just
Oh, that's always scary when your receiver goes down.
Yeah.
Well, especially because there was a defender right there, number, 18, was ready, had hands on it.
Yeah, we're very lucky that he dropped that. Of course, we had one too, so I guess, it's par for the course tonight.
Yeah, but do we have to do everything evenly and equally in this game, or can somebody go ahead and start to dominate now?
Crick.
Yeah. Crick gets a block, but the hole collapses around him quickly for a gain of about 3. So somebody's been watching film.
I will say their defensive ends are very disciplined on Blue Ridge so far. They're not actually pursuing very aggressively. They're staying home and waiting.
Yep.
Is the ball coming to my side? They are not. This is not a pass rush.
Willing to give up the 3 or 4,
Yes.
but they don't want to create lanes.
Exactly.
Well, and if you look, they're disciplined. They've got their head up. They're looking for the ball.
Yes. Extending, trying to keep space between them and the offense.
Here's the snap. Luker's rolling out. He's got time. He's looking down the field and
overthrown.
Overthrown.
Had Cochran wide open.
Cochran on the wheel route was wide open up out there.
And, you know, another thing that we haven't discussed, we didn't discuss it in pregame, is, you know, we talked about the boys having a light couple weeks, but, man, there's been some crud going around through the schools. And, you know, and I know, you know, whatever we've got going on, you know, Blue Ridge has it going on too. And I'm wondering how many fields, you know, how many guys on the field down there are all sharing the sniffles. Because that is a thing.
Yeah.
Round Valley back to punt. Here's the kick.
Punt is up past midfield. It's going to bounce.
Yeah, this time they're going to stay away from it.
Yeah.
So it'll come to rest at the 36-yard line. So Blue Ridge will start 1st and 10 on their own 36 with 6:43 left.
Wow.
The talking point for the first half is going to be a comparison of the times of possession.
Yeah, Blue Ridge is dominating time of possession right now.
Oh, man.
About 12-4, somewhere in there.
So 3-1 pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a handoff. He's hit, he's met, and gains maybe 2. So now Round Valley's outside linebackers are now starting to get wise to what's going on. So
he ran right into a blitz right there.
Yeah, so they're not getting the big opportunities like they had in the first quarter. Round Valley's defense starting to get a little wise to what's going on. Tucker down at nose guard. Haven't had really a chance to watch him tonight.
He's doing really well. He was actually the driving force behind that last tackle.
Yep. And
hit hard. Met at the line. Looks like he got a yard.
Yeah, maybe. They're going to mark progress at a yard, but I think that's generous. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage and then gang tackled.
Their coaches weren't happy with him keeping right there. They were not happy. Here, pounding
like
the table down there.
Yeah, it sounds like he had a hole back towards the left, they thought.
Short toss.
Yeah, stood up and hit and just blasted by Staten Wilson. Okay, they are not getting set. They're just walking up and snapping the ball.
That was kind of a rolling start, I thought.
That was definitely the California stop, that's for sure, because you got to have a second to be set.
I was about to say, I mean, their tight end is literally his fingers are touching the ground and the ball's being snapped.
Well, they're not set for 1 second before he snaps the ball. They're just walking up and going. Round Valley's, that front line's got to get down and get ready.
We're going to see another fake.
I'm expecting another fake here. Nope.
Punt is up right in the middle. Crick's going to get it. Nope, it's going to bounce.
Yeah, Crick is wisely going to let that go.
Yeah, that would have been a painful decision if he had caught that, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Crick making a little business decision tonight. Mm-hmm. And good, because
might have been an opportunity. Well, Russ Seymour used to teach, go ahead and give the fair catch signal, right? That way it's dead. No, you can't advance it, so you're not in peril of getting blown up.
Yeah.
So Round Valley's going to start 1st and 10 on their own 19.
I really think he thought about catching it on the run, but the gap was going to be too small at that point.
Yeah, number 2 was already in his face.
Mm-hmm.
It took a weird bounce, too.
Yeah.
You know, the right bounce, yeah, you feel it, but.
There he is.
Crick gets a block. He turns upfield. He hits
He's
the gas.
gone.
30.
81 yards.
10, 5, touchdown.
Riders touchdown. There's no laundry on the field. No. That's going to stand.
Absolutely no opportunity for a hold. He hit that hole so fast, the blocks didn't even have time to develop.
81 yards.
Their safety took a weird angle, and as soon as he saw him pulling away, he gave up. He was done.
You know, great job, the tackle opening that hole on that outside. Great block out there.
You kind of felt like that was coming. Though.
Yes.
He's
he
been
came
close twice. Now.
Yes.
Man, that kid's fast when he gets going.
You know, and he's a sophomore.
And it's up and good.
Good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we might be losing the time of possession, but we are now winning on the scoreboard.
Who cares about time of possession? Overrated.
Oh, Chase. Yes, that's what I want to see. Do more of that.
What? What did he say?
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. I like Robbie's comment. Bye-bye.
He gone.
You know,
beep beep zip tag.
You know, next year, but next year we saw a little bit of Titan Myers last week.
Yes.
His speed and big play capability. We've got some 8th graders that are going to be freshmen next year that have some serious breakaway ability. We're not going to get any slower in the next 4 years. It's going to be some serious afterburners coming.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Titan Myers, Small Town Cleaners, doing all your residential, commercial, Airbnb cleaning needs here in town. That's by our very own Josh Myers here in town. 928-245-6733. That's Small Town Cleaners. Give them a call.
Watley back to kick.
Here
There's
in a
the
few
ready
minutes,
for
I'm
play.
going to have to depart.
It's up. About the 15. And he's hit. Yeah, the herd picks him up and brings him down at about the 27-yard line.
I don't think any of them got blocked.
Oh, they're going to mark him at the 29.
So, I mean, I'm going to watch it again, but
I don't. That whole side didn't.
There was one hit, but he just bounced off and then immediately made the tackle. So
as JJ Logan was the initial attack, and then it turned into a gang tackle after that.
See if we can capitalize on that momentum. See if we can get a pick here.
So Blue Ridge back in shotgun. Berlin.
Oh, missed tackle. Had him at the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, he's going to get.
Yeah, Tucker slapping his helmet. Something happened down there. He's not happy.
Clock will continue around about 4 minutes left. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are involved in senior night,
the center's a big boy. So let's see what happens next. Berlin's back in shotgun. He's got 2 back there with him. Here's the handoff to number 12. He's going to hit the line of scrimmage and gets maybe a yard.
Yeah, that was a hard-earned yard, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a bruising game down in the trenches. With that style of football, I mean,
yeah,
it's just a dogfight down there.
Well, in the pace they're keeping, too. Between the physicality and the pace, fourth quarter is going to be a much different game.
Gentlemen, I'm going to be departing you for the halftime here in a moment.
Keep them dry.
Oh, my goodness. Stopped.
Mason.
We're starting to make some much better reads on defense.
Okay,
starting to feel a lot more confident.
309. I've got to rewind the video tonight to get the stats for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, if you're buying pool numbers on how many times Mr. Fenya cries, now's the time. 3rd and 9. Oh, little bit of a misdirection in the backfield. he will be short of the first down, but that's going to be
fourth
third
and 2.5, 3.
Yeah, 4th and 3, I think, is where he's going to end up. 4th and, yeah, 3.
I mean, this almost, yeah. So are they going to punt again?
You know, they might go conservative, but you're at midfield, so, you know, I don't know that they want to give us field.
Short fields?
Yeah, I don't think
They're
want to
get
give
the
us
ball
short
back
field.
at half. I would rather take chances with my defense. I mean, you got burned one play. Otherwise, you've had 2 stops. I'm guessing that's going to be
Round
a
Valley timeout.
Round Valley? Why would we give them a timeout?
Well, but see, here's the risk you run with that, right? You got Crick has already burned them once. You give us great field position and 2 minutes to get into the end zone. You bury us back deep, you got a greater chance of that not happening.
That's what I'm saying.
But then again, Crick ran 80 yards, so that might not be.
Yeah, but as a defensive coordinator, you got to be like, hey, it happens, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen again.
Well, an 80-yard run is the exception, not the rule.
Yes.
Right. The rule is 3, 5, 6 yards at a time. So based on that, I don't look for Blue Ridge to go for it, even though they've been really effective in the short yardage game. Just because they don't want to, if they don't make it, they don't want to give Round Valley field position.
Honestly, I wonder what Crick's average is now with that 180-yard and like 4, 5, and 6-yard runs. It's probably like 35.
We'll have to ask Steven after halftime or at the end of the.
I do the maths, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm not that interested. I could look at the sheet. The sheet probably doesn't.
Yeah, they did decide to go for it. Nope.
Smashed in the backfield.
And the
Not
blitz
even
came.
close.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken that risk. I just wouldn't have, but, you know. Yeah.
Did they think they were going to catch him sleeping?
Well,
I mean, they had 3 in the backfield behind the quarterback.
Well, Round Valley stunted right into that gap. I mean, they hit it like they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was they just told everybody, if they keep it, everybody's got to go. Find the ball, go to the ball.
Hey, you throw to the blitz. You don't run to the blitz.
Right? Luker's back in shotgun. Logan's in motion. Bad snap. Luker's going to get out of it. He's looking. He's got time. Passes up and caught. No, they're going to say no.
Yeah,
okay,
no, he's signaling good.
All right, so the catch is made at the Blue Ridge 29-yard line.
Oh, hand slipped on the ball. Oh, man. That's some good tasting lemonade out of those lemons.
Wow.
I feel like we got away with one there.
Crick looking for a hole. He finds it and gets across the 20. Still digging, and the progress is stopped about the 19, maybe 20-yard line.
Round Valley picking up some momentum.
125, counting down. Going no huddle. Luker back in shotgun. Cochran going in motion. Cochran will get reset. Here's the snap. Luker's going to keep it. He's got a block, and he runs into traffic and will make it back to the line of scrimmage. And Round Valley's faithful not happy with Blue Ridge.
With the shove clearly a few seconds after the whistle.
Ball spotted back at the 20. 3rd and 4.
40 seconds left in
Luker and Crick.
Luker rolls right side.
Luker's looking.
That's caught. That's good.
He's got Staten Wilson at the sideline.
Looks like around the 11. Right at the 10.
Yeah, right at the 10. Did he get out of bounds? I can't see.
They stopped the clock.
No,
yeah.
1st and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, so it was the 11.
It was the 11. All right.
All right. Okay, here we go.
31 seconds left. Arizona Choice Insurance, second quarter. Round Valley looking to grab another score right before half. And Blue Ridge going to take their final timeout?
Yeah.
Timeout, Blue Ridge.
Ooh,
Probably
okay.
smart, because you got to let your defense has got to get their feet back underneath them.
Yeah.
I mean,
The no huddle really has been working against them. I almost would like to go that the rest of the game. Because look at the success we've been having with it.
well, and they've been doing that to us. I
Yes,
mean,
the tempo.
You play the tempo game, and I think in that regard, both defenses have been kind of caught flat-footed because they're kind of used to the defenses are used to the offense kind of taking their time, getting up there and getting set and getting him, and that's not happening tonight. It's just been boom, boom, boom. But I'll tell you that what's really starting to surprise me is if you weren't watching, if you weren't listening, if you were just looking at stats, you would think Blue Ridge would be up 14-21 nothing right now. They've been leading in yards, they've been leading in time of possession, but Round Valley quickly turning the table on them with just a couple of key plays. Oh, Luker bringing Crick over to the other side. Luker's going to roll out and away from him.
Oh, tripped in the end zone. Was that a...
Yeah, Wilson just looks like he tripped or got tangled up. Now he's kind of favoring his ankle a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if he slipped. Looks like they're going to go ahead and huddle up, so we've got a second to...
Yeah, theoretically, we
Ooh.
should have time for 2 plays. Maybe 3 if they hustle.
Yeah, stuck his foot in the ground coming out of the break, and it kind of just came out from underneath him, so hopefully he didn't roll his ankle too bad. Hopefully a tweak.
The Round Valley offense lining up. Second down, 11-yard line.
And
Snap.
Delay a game.
delay a game. Too many adjustments, too much time.
5 yards, and we'll try again.
Round Valley does have the opportunity to get the first down without scoring.
With 24 seconds left.
However, probably unlikely.
You've got 2 more attempts, well, 1 more attempt at a pass, and then you could run a short run to try and center up the ball. Call your timeout.
And Wilson with the touchdown. Or that.
Or that. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. We're sitting here talking about strategy to expire the clock.
I'm over here hoping for a field goal, and they're like, well, why don't we just score?
Yeah, we'll just score.
I did start that by saying they've got 1 more pass attempt.
You
Okay,
did.
I was trying to look into the future. Not necessary. I'll take it. And just like that, Round Valley's going to go in at the half, up by 13, unless we have some kind of special teams faux pas. That looks good to me, and they're going to signal it good.
It's up and good. So with 18 seconds left in the first half, if you can believe that, Round Valley's up 14-0, 18 seconds left here in the second quarter. We will have a 20-minute halftime, so
it's going to be a long one. So, hey, recipient of a jersey tonight, go hit up Tin Can Coffee, Travis Trickey's joint. I hear everything they make is pretty dang good. Arguably the best specialty coffee in the White Mountains. They do more than just coffee, post-workout recovery drinks, lemonades, kids drinks, energy drinks, teas, quality in every cup. That's what makes it special. That's that little building right there next to LeSueur Advanced Automotive. That's 928-245-6746.
you know they got sandwiches in there too?
No.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Are they
You
good?
got to get in there early, though.
They sell out.
Yeah, they sell out quickly, but they do like little breakfast sandwiches. Sometimes they got little the treats in there in the little fridge are pretty cool.
So they're going for a Starbucks vibe without all the corporate skullduggery.
Without, all the fuss, no muss. Here we go. Here's the kick.
Gadoosh.
About the 15-yard line. Blue Ridge is going to take across 20-25. He finds a block, gets
Ball's
across
out.
30, ball's out. And it looks like Blue Ridge
Blue Ridge will
recover.
recover. There's a fight down the bottom of the pile, but
Blue Ridge
will come up with it.
Yeah, Blue Ridge recovered on their own 39-yard line.
Well, that was exciting. Let's watch it again.
But you know what? That's the second time.
Ooh, punched out from behind.
Yeah.
Who was that with a punch out? 51, looks like? I'm not familiar with that number.
Tanner Finch.
Tanner Finch. Tan Man. Elks going full prevent. Their backers aren't, 15 yards back.
Well, there's 11 seconds. You know they're passing. They can't. If they run, the time will expire.
They're out of timeouts. Yes.
Yeah. They're. This is going to be the. Oh
my goodness! That will take care of
an unassisted sack for
2 rushers, and we got the sack on that.
Was that 32? Gavin Pettit. Yeah,
I mean,
Gavin.
Watch this work of art. One-on-one on that tackle. Interior 3 stand there like, hey, no one's coming. They turn around, the quarterback's dead.
Oh, yeah. That was a num.
Delicioso.
Oh, wow.
I'm a big fan of Dora.
Yeah, Gavin, you're going to have to clip that off the stream, buddy. That needs to go into your highlight reel because that was pretty.
Well, that's a good way to stop the momentum going into half.
No kidding. I mean,
not allow any to be generated because they were already on the back foot.
Well, quarterback dropping back for the big pass. Oh, yeah, I don't get one of those, huh? I see how you are. Oh, he's mad at me.
I would be too. So, my goodness, Elks taking care of business so far, getting ready for senior night. We're getting cameras set up. I don't know what all's going to be going on down there, but I, for one, am here for it, and it's all going to be brought to you tonight by the Swears Advanced Automotive, ASC certified mechanics. They work on everything from domestics to Volvos. I forgot the tagline. Dang it. I thought I was doing so well, too. But anyways, hey, go see Aaron and the team. They're good people. They do good work. They do alignments. Every once in a while, you should just get an alignment done. It's $90. You know your tires are going to wear correctly. Nope.
Our first senior, Kyle Clark.
There we go. Looks like he's going to go into welding after school.
Yep.
Kyle Clark. The Clarkinator. Oh, and that is Staten Wilson.
Recent touchdown recipient, plays basketball, flies planes, hangs out with his friends, works on his truck with his dad. Future plans is to finish flight school and to serve a 2-year mission. His favorite memories of slip and slide in the showers at camp. Let's other players know that it goes by fast. You'll be a senior before you know it. Thank you, coaches, my parents, and everybody else who came to support
I'm going to turn up that.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm finding myself listening to Wes anyways. They don't want to hear us talk over this.
No.
Wyatt Reed, escorted by Levi Reed, Lacey Sloan, and Ashton Reed. Plays basketball and likes to ride dirt bikes. Plans to move to Utah and find himself a super hot wife. Favorite memory is singing on the bus. Don't take life too seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, number 5, Wyatt Reed. Number 10, Jonathan Madrid, being escorted by Scott and Julianne Madrid, wide receiver and cornerback. Also participates in cross-country, choir, and NHS. Plans to serve a mission and then run for a college as he studies criminal justice and becomes a state trooper. He'd like to live his life and come back to Round Valley. His favorite memory is beating St. John's outside with the fireworks. Advice to other players is to keep playing and you'll get your chance. Thank you to all the coaches and players to make me the best player I am. Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, Johnny Madrid. Now help me welcome number 11, your quarterback, Connor Luker. Connor being escorted by Lori, Chad, Deanna, and Sam. Plays quarterback and outside linebacker, also wrestles hunts and fishes. Wants to try to play college football and become a physical therapist. Favorite memory is knocking out Sholo's quarterback on an interception. Play every single play like it's your last. It goes by quicker than you think. Thank you to everybody that has helped me. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Luker. Number 14, Cade Latham. Being escorted by parents Mike and Shannon and Grandpa Alan Latham. Wide receiver and cornerback positions. Plays basketball, hangs out with his friends, golfs, and fireworks. Plans to get married and have 50 or more kids. I just want to make sure I read that right. Favorite memory is using the showers as a water slide at camp. Advice to the players is if you have a good attitude, you'll have a good time. Attitude plus effort. Ladies and gentlemen, Muchas Gracias teammates, beautiful, Mr. Cade Latham. Number 19, Cole Tom. Being escorted by Heidi and Ernest Tom, bareback and linebacker, plays football and basketball, plans to go to college for civil engineering, own a house, and make some money. His favorite memories of first touchdown against St. John's, work hard and live in the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, all glory to Jesus Christ. Work hard for what you want in life. Mr. Cole Tom. Number 44, kicker Joseph Watley. Escorted by Angel and Johnny. Does track, works on anything with an engine, and works out. Plans to work on motorcycles or to be a pro kicker. Favorite memory is when Coach Workman asked him what makes a man, and he said puberty. Plans to start work, or plans to other teammates is to start working hard early and never take your eye off the prize. Do what makes you happy in life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joseph Watley. Number 52, center Ryan Pena. Escorted by Andrea Stevens.
All right, I've got the binoculars out. Let's see.
Does the Hurdles, Future Business Leaders of America, Legacy Leadership, the Snow Club, National Honor Society.
Yep, there they are.
Among many, many other things, plans to go to a university and begin studying. His favorite memory is playing the national anthem on his trumpet, and Connor Luker selecting him as a captain a few weeks ago. Ladies and gentlemen, also Ms. Mona Haas wants to make sure that you know this.
We have
gentleman
confirmation.
has been in the band for 4 years and was in the pep band his freshman year. He always wants to be the player who goes 100% and wants everybody else to know that even if it just seems, even if it's just scout team, you don't touch the field in a game, the coaches recognize every effort. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Pena. Number 54, Brody Finch. Brody's being escorted by mom and dad. He's a guard and defensive end. He also plays track and field, magical choir, FBLA, and NHS. Plans to study to be a doctor and make those dollar bills. His favorite memory is putting St. John's quarterback out for the season and making fun of Coach Kenyon at any chance that he gets. Advice to other players, don't take anything for granted. It goes by way too fast. Thank you, Coach Vaga, Coach Hollis, for pushing me and to keep me going, and my parents for everything that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, Brody Finch. Number 77, Wyatt Petrick. Escorted by mom, dad, and sister, Krista, Derek, and Riley, offensive guard and nose guard. Golfs, works on trails, and travels. Wants to play any form of football he can after high school and attend college. His favorite memory was as a freshman at camp. Future players, no matter how old you are, no matter how small you are, no matter how big you are, you always have a chance, so take advantage. I want to thank Travis Trickey for everything that he has done for me in my life. I want to thank everyone who has helped me when I was at my lowest. I love you all. Ladies and gentlemen, Wyatt Petrick. Nebraska. Mom, Nana, and Papa bringing up softball for 2 years, football management for 4, and FFA officer for 1. Traveling club, Spanish, and National Honor Society. Future plans to travel around the world, attend college for sports medicine, and become a professional athletic trainer. Favorite memory is the day Mia and Tycee asked me to become a manager for football. Life is a journey, not a destination. Live every day like your last. Thank you, coaches, for being kind and patient every day. I will miss you dearly, but I've always had the best time of my life, and I'm ready to go keep living it. Ladies and gentlemen, Janae Amadisca. Mia Puzis. Being escorted by Stephen, Mariah, Brittany, and Caden. Also involved in NHS, Spanish Honor Society, and manager of football for 4 years. Plans to finish cosmetology and figure out what else I want to do. Favorite memory is traveling with the team and spending time with my friends. Future managers, please don't smell the laundry. Thanks to the coaches for letting me do this for 4 years, and thanks to Janae for sticking with me the whole time. Ladies and gentlemen, Mia Puzis. That is all of your Round Valley High School football seniors.
Now we should have what, dance team and cheerleaders, correct?
Yeah, did volleyball do their own senior night?
I think they did.
I think they did too.
All hugs, loves, kisses, and all the good stuff. We are now going to honor the dance team.
Dance team is next, sounds like.
So, I've got Steven down with 2 times already.
Yeah, I've already taken 2 drinks of my drink. If you're at home, catch up.
Varsity dance team for 4 years, Madrigal Choir, and Bella Boche. Plans to study at ASU and become a phlebotomist technician. Favorite memory is sneaking out of our hotel room in a competition with Cassie. You're going to name all these people that you snuck out of the hotel room with. Okay, good idea. Future players, always work hard and enjoy it because it goes by way too fast. I'm grateful for all of my friends and my team and all the support they've given me over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Walker. Cassidy Mortensen. Cassidy being escorted by Will and Robin, varsity team captain. Also involved in Madrigal Choir, Bella Boche Choir, Legacy Leadership, NHS, and maintained a 4.0 throughout high school. After serving a mission for her church, she plans to go to college, where she will continue to pursue both her passion for dance and humanitarian work, and then start choreography business with her best friend. Favorite memory is getting absolutely drenched at California Adventure during the World of Choir, or World of Color with the team. Future advice, do it full out, do good, and enjoy it. Cassidy is dancing her 40th football game tonight. She says, I can't believe it's come to an end, and I'll forever be grateful for everything dance has given me. Ladies and gentlemen, Cassidy Mortensen. Cheerleader, Hannah Clark. Being escorted by David and Sandy Carrasco, also participates in basketball, FBLA, NHS, Spanish Honor Society, and Legacy Leadership. Plans to attend college to become a radiology technician and marry somebody that's hot and rich. Favorite memory is traveling with the team and making funny TikToks. Future advice, try to do new things and not be scared doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Clark. Kendry Walker, being escorted by Missy Earhart and Jade Walker. Also participates in softball, basketball, and cosmetology school. Plans to start as an ultrasound technician in the fall. Favorite memory is breaking into St. John's to steal their flag. Just joking, just joking. Probably trying to kick her leg during the game and falling on her butts. Favorites or advice to players, try something out of your comfort zone and go for it big or go home. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendry Walker. Coley Wilkins. Being in 4-H. Plans to work in a salon in the Valley after she graduates. Favorite memory is the time that we stole the bus at lunch and dates with the cheer team. Don't be shy, have fun. She'd like to thank her family for supporting her and thank you for all the other cheerleaders for this amazing experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Coley Wilkins. We would now like to recognize members of the pep band. Seniors in the pep band, please help me welcome Afton Browning. Afton has been playing the flute for 8 years, being escorted by Alan and Molly. Her favorite memory is joking around with the others while playing the infamous line game and looking up the opposing team's Instagram accounts to see if they were cheating. Thank you, Mrs. Haas, for dealing with me the past few years, and to my parents, who have to deal with me.
That's half a point.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think it should be worth 3. All right, looks like that camera's back up. We'll get you some better shots.
Has played the saxophone for 8 years, being escorted by Jesse and Robin. Favorite memory is everybody piling into the trunk of Mrs. Haas's van. Words of encouragement to keep practicing and do what you love. Ladies and gentlemen, Shelby DeWitt. Tiffany Doster. Skipping on out onto the field with Dad. Played alto sax for 8 years. Being escorted, excuse me, by the one and only IT director, Aaron Doster, who is also her dad. Just getting it right, I apologize. Favorite memory is getting silly stringed by Mrs. Haas with Abby Ramsey due to revolting against her, Mona Arkey. Words of encouragement, Autobots, roll out. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany Doster. Aaron, I want you to know she wrote that, not me, just letting you know. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryant Gardner. Bryant's played the drums for 8 years, being escorted by Carrie and Heidi Gardner, mom and dad. I really just enjoyed pep band in general because we always had a blast no matter what was happening. I will always remember the time that Mrs. Haas made me do an interpretive dance to Tequila because I was late for class. Remember to have fun and not take things too seriously, but still serious enough that you're not a distraction. I'm only allowed to do that. Thank you, Mrs. Haas, for being such an amazing teacher, and thanks to my parents for always supporting me. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryant Gardner. Big round of applause for all of our seniors being honored this evening. All right, sports fans, you got about 6 minutes. 6 minutes before kickoff.
So no dance team routine tonight. Nope, here we go. Dance team getting ready to take the field.
Oh, we have to talk then.
Yeah, we got to talk now. So now that our man with the plan, Gavin Pettit with a huge sack defensively, by the way. Staten Wilson with the pass play and touchdown.
Miley giving Mr. Pena some love for Ryan and his accomplishments. Like to see it.
Oh, hey, I turned you down. Say that again.
Okay, thanks, Miley, but you got the waterworks going again, so those of you keeping count or drinking a soda every time I take I drink, I cry, add one to the count, because Miley got me going.
The score's at 4. The score's at 4.
Yes, that is my 4th. I'm going to have to pee before the game's over at this rate.
Very sweet remarks there. Appreciate that.
So since we got to talk over the music while you're catching up.
Adjustments coming out of the locker room. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know what adjustments you'd make, right? If you're Blue Ridge, you look at your time of possession, the way you're moving the ball, you're doing everything right. 2 big plays cost you 2 touchdowns.
But if we think about that, most of that was that first drive. Since that first drive, we've shored up on defense. They haven't moved. They did not move at their next 2 drives nearly as well. We made some adjustments on the fly. Obviously, I think we came out expecting them to throw a little bit more, and we made some adjustments, more run blitz instead of just playing straight up and things like that. And we slowed them down.
After watching Blue Ridge play a little, this is my theory. I think this is a team that is used to playing from ahead, because as soon as they got behind, they started struggling. Miscommunications, missed blocking assignments, things like that started adding up. It's kind of taking the wind out of their sails a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, but all that's for naught, because you've had 20 minutes in the locker room for the coaches to hit the reset button and say, listen, forget about the scoreboard. It's a 0-0 ball game. You got to come out, and we got to start the second half like we started the first half. The problem or the challenge they're going to run into is they give up the score in the final minute to put Round Valley up 14-0, and now they're about to kick Round Valley the ball.
Yeah, almost like we scored and get the ball and kick back to ourselves almost,
So their defense has the opportunity to make a stop. Now, conversely, Round Valley, with as many seniors as they've got, they spent most of their time out of here with the festivities. They're now having to catch up in the locker room as best they can.
But they got in about 8 minutes, so they did have time to go over things with most of those guys. So hopefully we'll be good. And the thing is, and also conversely, us getting the ball first, we can step on the neck right here.
Yeah, going up 3 scores.
If we go out and get another touchdown,
that's
pretty tough to do for a team.
Especially because Blue Ridge hasn't been like a big play. They've been a 5-6 yard chunk offense so far.
Yeah. Well, they do have the capability. This quarterback can throw it a mile. They about pulled the victory out of the jaws of defeat last week against Sholo. They got the ball back with about 2 minutes left, and their first play from the 10-yard line, they had a guy deep at about the 40, and he overthrew him by 5 yards, or else they win that game late after trailing the entire game.
But I think the biggest difference is Sholo's defense, even when they're blitzing, don't have the speed that our defense does. So
exactly.
Sholo's defense, I don't want to say they gave the quarterback time, but the quarterback could make time to look for that long ball, make that throw, make things happen. Yeah. He's not getting that tonight.
No.
He's scrambling into 3 or 4 people who are waiting for him.
And Sholo, that was one of the few plays where he had some time, because Sholo got all over him. I think they gave up 8 sacks last week, Blue Ridge did. And so I think that's part of the reason they're running it more tonight, trying to change that MO a little bit where they can run play action more effectively and give him some more time.
And one more thing that just stands out in my mind is, you think about 2 of the 5 or 6 pass plays that Luker has thrown. There was a couple times where he was under serious pass rush and it let up, and he had time to get rid of the ball. Now I'm not sure what caused that, but ordinarily in that situation you're thinking sack, not he's going to have time to reverse the field, plant, and throw the ball 40, 50 yards.
Yeah.
So, if I was going to make an adjustment for Blue Ridge, I would tell their defense, come hard. You've got to get through the line of scrimmage and disrupt the backfield. If I'm their offense, settle down and just play. Just settle down and play.
The counter, if they come hard, that opens up running lanes, and Mr. Crick likes running lanes.
Well, in the center, they've had a couple of big plays that have been they've had huge holes right up the middle.
Yeah, and they made the wrong read.
You change that, and that could be a game changer. So but now, on the other hand, what does Round Valley need to do? Well, they've got to sustain their blocks on the line of scrimmage a little bit longer and let those plays develop. Yeah. They've got to pick up that backer that's sneaking into the fray He's kind of hiding. He sits back and watches and then reads the hole and attacks. So develop a lead block, maybe a fold block up front
Coming
to
out
clean
into
that
this
out.
kickoff, just if those don't know, Blue Ridge has been susceptible to the big play on the kickoff. They lost the game to Payson because they gave up back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Really?
Back-to-back. They score, kickoff, touchdown. They march down and score, kickoff. Payson answers back again. Same kid down the right side is almost, or left side, almost identical plays. I'm really curious if they kick deep to Crick.
Well, we got Crick, Cochran, and Logan deep to receive.
So 3 bad choices if you're Blue Ridge.
Midfield, we got Pettit, 19 in Madrid. Who's number 19, Steven?
Cole Tom.
So, yeah, the midfield are no Pikers. And then, of course, you got the Hogs up front. So, what was that score?
Have we checked any other
He was just
games?
announcing our score.
Oh, I thought maybe he was checking on Pace and Sholo.
He's pumping up the crowd.
All right, ready for play. And here's the kick. It's got some hang time. Cochran fields it at about the 5, crosses the 10, comes out to the 15, finds a 20, 25, 30 down the sideline. Hit and pushed out of bounds at about the 35, 36-yard line. No?
30-yard return.
33-yard line. Huh, okay. So he is spotted at the 33. In watching the replay,
he stepped out right. Yeah, about there.
At the 33, I could have
I
sworn
thought it was
a
the 35.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong hash. I thought that was the 30, but it was, yeah.
It could be where your back foot is the step before you stepped out of bounds. That might be the basics. That might be the basic spot. Luker's back in shotgun. Here's snap. He's going to hand off to Crick. Crick finds a block, and he'll cross the 35-yard line.
He had blockers in front if he didn't get tripped up.
That guy, he had passed, kind of lunged and grabbed his back foot.
Shoestring tackle.
That looked dangerous. I'm going to watch that one again.
I've said it all year. He's the most exciting 2- and 3-yard runner. His 2- and 3-yard plays are exciting. Luker
up the middle. He'll get out to about the 45.
It's going to be good for a first.
Yeah.
Easy. Right at midfield. Nope, sorry, that's 45. I got way ahead of myself.
Yeah, the center was able to clear the line of scrimmage and get into the backfield and give him the block he needed to get upfield. So hats off to 52, Ryan Pena.
Payson is up 17-7 at halftime.
Oh, okay.
Luker hands off left side. Gain of about 1.5 yards on the play, second down.
All right, 2nd and 9. Right at the 46. 10:32 left on the clock.
Cochran in motion. Here's the snap. Luker's
Cochran
gonna keep
pulls it.
Yeah, Luker finds a big hole in the middle, and he's going to cross the 45-yard line of Blue Ridge down to about the 44.
Tough 10-yard run.
Yeah, especially the last 3 of that.
Well, he had a huge block in the middle that just opened that up for him.
He's such a big guy, he can just drag the pile. Kind of reminds me of Sherman.
But I'll tell you, one thing that it looked like the backers bit on Crick.
Oh yeah.
Another big block in the middle of the line.
Crick's
There's the
gone.
hole. And there's the gas. Touchdown.
They blitzed on the inside. I was watching their defense. They crowded the line. They blitzed on that backside, and we picked the right spot to go, and there was nothing on the second level.
So hitting him with watching that interior line.
Excellent lead block by Cochran.
Yeah,
sprung that. My goodness. Sorry, did I steal your thunder? I'm sorry, Dan.
No, what I was going to say was, so I took the binoculars and I'm watching the interior line. The center and the two guards basically took the blitz came in, and those three basically turned it and pushed it and opened that lane, and there was nobody there. Nobody.
Yeah. No, as they were coming, I might get, if he gets to the second level, he's gone. You know, I was like, if he gets second level, he's gone because there was nobody. They had brought so many. There was nobody. Wasn't going to be anybody there to get the angle on a breakaway.
And breakaway, he shall.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. You cannot let Crick get in the open field.
A run blitz is
because if you do, it's Autobots roll out.
That was the greatest best line of the halftime right there.
Yeah, it kind of remind me of, what was that running back's name from Winslow from back in the day? B.J. Little.
B.J. Little. He's Holbrook. That was Holbrook.
Holbrook, that's right.
He ended up going to Winslow as an adult and coaching and working over there.
But, yeah, if
he was your age.
Yeah, if you let him through the line of scrimmage, he was gone.
That was back in the day, folks. Holbrook used to be a power in 3A football. They were typically right behind Round Valley and Snowflake. Believe it or not, Blue Ridge was the fourth strongest team there in the late 80s, up until about 87. Then they came from fourth in the East and won the state title. That would be my senior year.
Here's the kick. It's up. It's going to be fielded about the 15,
it dropped.
16, and it's muffed. He's got a hole, and he's going to get ugly hit as he crosses the 35-yard line with a late surge.
Let's watch that again.
There goes-
Drops it.
Yeah, spot that at the 37.
All right, we'll see if they try and keep the same pace they did with their offense.
I don't think they can. You know, down 21-0, I think they're going to have to open up their playbook a little bit.
Blue Ridge spread out, two to the right side. He's looking past in the
Middle screen.
Brought down from behind, but good for at least 9. Looks like about the spot, 9.5.
That was a nice call. You know, you figured we were expecting pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Caught us rushing 5. We had a middle linebacker blitz on that one.
second one, hand off right side.
Ooh, big
Yeah,
flag.
79 White with the hold on Tucker.
Behind the line of scrimmage, it's like a long handoff. You can send everybody downfield on it.
Yeah, 79 White with the hold.
I don't see a 79.
Holding
as
number
long-
79,
yeah, that's
Blue Ridge.
pass, yeah.
10-yard penalty.
Oh, yep, I see. There's.
He's the center.
Gotcha.
Because the quarterback
Gotcha.
dropped deep, so it looked like is a part.
Yeah. Might as well leave your headset on. We heard all that.
Explaining to Howdy and Wes prior play a little bit.
Yeah, so Tucker had the opportunity to really bust up that play, but the center wrapped him up and kept him from getting to the ball. You know, these binoculars really help.
Is that a 10-yard penalty?
Yes.
Okay.
One in the backfield.
Just making sure.
16-7 on the back.
Blue Ridge taking a long time.
Quarterback rolls to the right side.
Oh.
32. Decides to
Oh, Mason.
Yeah.
Oh, Connor Luker.
Connor Luker
with
blowing
a
him
sack.
up. And I'm really surprised. So 79's getting a little upset with Tucker. He's back here throwing him around. And I'm sorry. But if you can get into the center's head like that, good things will happen.
It's got to be so frustrating because Tucker's so fast, so strong.
Well, and he's little, so
Yeah.
he can get underneath.
Yes.
You're not going to get lower than him.
They're rolling, I've noticed. They roll away from the Pettit side.
Round Valley showing blitz. Oh,
Nice job, Lane Hill.
Excellent play, Mr. Hill. That's what we like to see. Way to save that.
yeah, coming in from the backside and picking him up.
Matter of fact, we're going to watch that one again. Brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Instant replay. $7:15 left in this Sierra Propane third quarter.
Direct snap, or are we going to kick it, Steven? What are the odds?
They're going to kick it. The momentum's turned. I just don't see them going for it here.
Ooh.
Nice kick. It's going to go out of bounds at the
25.
25, 26.
The other 35.
Yeah, the other 35.
They definitely don't want our deep guys running the ball. Every punt's been to the sideline.
Yeah. This is a powerful team, but so far not speed demons.
No.
They haven't matched up well in the speed category, I feel like.
This number 2, I think, is pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some speed,
yeah,
but
not
amount.
Not team-wide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I would look for something on the near side of the field.
Logan in motion, quick pass to Sam Wilson to about the 31-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
I've been waiting for a quick pass like that all night.
Now, here's something interesting. You notice that the backers come up to the line of scrimmage, but they don't attack beyond. They sit and wait. That's a change. I didn't expect to see that. That must be one of their adjustments to try to contain Finch.
Yep, that's their shut Crick down on that one.
The other Finch, Crick. I was trying to let it go for so long.
I know.
And then I just couldn't help myself.
I'm not even involved in y'all are digging on me. You know what? I'm going to watch a football game. Y'all just do what you do. How about that?
Hey, Dad.
How about that? Yeah.
So, Muth, that was the first mistake you made that way in 2 games. So, hey, got to give you credit.
I didn't say anything.
You called him Finch on
Said
the
to
setup
contain
before.
Finch.
Contain Finch on the prior the setup for that play.
Well, it could have been. You don't know.
Oh, nice quick pop over the top.
Was that Hill?
Yes, Lane Hill.
Excellent reception.
Yeah, he got behind the linebackers. They weren't even looking for him.
Well, when you're running it that effectively, I'm pretty sure that was off of a play action.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
I love that little tight end pop because it's so easy to get open when they're expecting the run.
The linebacker's looking, as soon as he sees the ball's up, he's not going to have time to locate that tight end.
Yeah, if Payson holds tonight, they will win the East if the
Luker with
results
the
hold the same.
keeper. Sorry, Steven. You'll get to the 45. Yeah, it's going to be a hold. Yeah, we got a hold.
Let's watch
Mr.
it
Hauser threw that flag pretty
66
clean.
Round Valley, hold. The 10-yard penalty.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Got his arms extended.
He was still inside the frame, though. But, you know, hey.
More field to run on. So
Yeah.
1st and 20. 1. Yeah,
No,
first
right
and
at 20. Right at 20. There's more space to get some offensive stats.
Luker looking.
Oh! Hitch and go! Hitch and go!
Mean second move. Leave him in the dust. That's good for a touchdown. I don't see any laundry. That's another Trail Riders touchdown.
61 yards.
Wow.
He's a little pump fake by Luker. Staten hesitated and then gone.
Yeah, the implosion you were talking about earlier, I think it's there. I think we've seen it.
Yeah. You know, warming up. their quarterback does throw a pretty ball. If they can, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll see if Blue Ridge can dig out of this hole or at least tighten the game up a little bit.
Let's say they've let it get awfully deep though at this point.
Well, they got a 28-0 deficit with 4:31 left in the third quarter. Round Valley definitely busting it wide open.
I mean, to go from it 28-0 with 4 minutes left in the third to with 10 minutes left in the second and thinking we're getting ready to go into the half scoreless?
Yeah.
It's just, it's changed that quickly.
That big run by Crick, 81 yards, completely flipped the momentum of the game.
Yes.
And then, a kind of fortuitous play, Ryan dribbles the ball back to the quarterback, and Luker makes lemonade out of it, completes a deep pass to Wilson, or I think it's Wilson, maybe not.
I think it was Cochran caught that.
Cochran, you're right, that's right. And then we end up scoring right there.
House of Pain. I like it.
Takes me back to my college days.
Hey, that's just an all-time classic. Hey, jump around.
Jump around. Jump up and get down. So Watley's back to kick. The momentum has definitely changed. Here's the kick. It's up. It's going to be fielded inside the 20. And it hit and brought down about the 19. Now they'll spot it at the 20. So they're going to spot it at the 35. Sorry.
Leon looks like on the tackle.
Yeah, the other 25, 30, 35. Yeah, we'll get there.
I like this music. It's kind of turning into a cartoon out here.
Oh, ouch. Quarterback's looking under pressure. He finds somebody on the screen, and they will get down to about the 49-yard line. 48-yard line.
Second time in a row they ran that screen on the first play. Just overhearing our coaches, I think somebody misread that read that play.
Yeah, I turned the atmosphere mic down. I probably should have left it up so everybody else could hear.
Traveling?
Yeah, they finally got him.
Well, they're not getting set.
Yeah.
They're just walking.
Hey.
They're doing walkthroughs.
You can't false start if you're not getting set. It's just the new strategy, okay?
Yeah.
Now, if I was the offensive line for Blue Ridge and I had that kind of speed in my face constantly, I would come up in a 2-point stance.
Yep. Especially if you're probably not going to run the ball,
Because you're getting beat. So just go in a 2-point stance and save yourself that extra beat. Over the middle. Batted down.
Picked.
Batted down by
Kamari.
Kamari got a hand on it.
Oh, that was
nice. Didn't he reach back behind him a little bit to bat that down?
Yeah. Which, unfortunately, I think if he would just let it go, was that Cochran that was just waiting for it on the other side?
More than likely, he's the bird dog deep. So.
Yeah, that would have been a commander-style pick.
Right.
You guys see that catch last night?
Yeah. Last night or last Sunday?
Last night was amazing. One-handed.
Yeah, that's that play.
Oh, he's got a hole in the middle. He crosses midfield and battles his way down to the 40.
Big gain.
So Blue Ridge now with a little momentum on offense. Tucker checking back in at nose guard.
Break them down, stop them.
As Pettit checks out.
Rotation on that D end. Oh, nice,
ooh.
Brennan Brown.
Yeah, minimal gain, about a yard and a half. I call it 2, maybe. Now a yard and a half. 1.5.
Yeah.
1.5.
Kind of down to uptown Springerville.
Yeah. Hey, you got uptown, midtown, and lower downtown. So, you know. Round Valley, though.
Round Valley, that's right.
Call it midtown Round Valley.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Quarterback roll back pass finds a man. He crosses 30, 25. It hit and brought down at the 20. So now Blue Ridge threatening by getting into the red zone. See if Round Valley's defense will tighten up. And this is not the first time they've been in the red zone, but it is the first time this half.
Yes.
Excellent downfield block by number 2 from Blue Ridge.
Staton saved a touchdown.
I'm loving this battle with Tucker in the center as he lays on top of him.
Luker and Kamari on the tackle.
So that'll bring him, second and a yard.
Break him back.
Blue Ridge marching.
Little tempo.
Second and 1. Too short of the first down they're going to get. Nope, they're not getting past the end zone.
Little power I formation. Pistol.
Yeah,
pistol.
Gavin Pettit putting some pressure on the Blue Ridge quarterback, Merlin. Maybe causing him to hurry that throw a little bit.
No, he had that big sack at the end of the first half that really swung the momentum a little bit more, you know. See if we can hold him here.
Wow. You got foot to foot on one side and a wide split on the other.
Oh, great job.
Oh, way to hang on, number 50.
Joa Brown hangs on for dear life.
For a loss of 4 or 5?
Yeah, is 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3 yards. So Joe Brown hit him, managed to hang on and drag him down. So 4th and short. Round Valley now with the opportunity to come up with a big stop as Blue Ridge is driving. Clock runs at 45.
I'm looking pass. I'm thinking pass. Alba.
He's under pressure. He's rolling now. He's looking to the end zone, and it's too high.
Great job on the defense. Great job.
And Round Valley bends but does not break. They will take over on their own 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
We've got to get a field cam on Al. I wish we had an extra camera that we could just leave on Alba when we're on defense. He was doing like jumping jacks 8 feet in the air just now, trying to get the
With another coach
signal.
holding on his belt, making sure he didn't get off the ground.
Or make sure he didn't get on the field. Yeah,
I know, but
yeah, same difference. Yes, yeah.
The way he was flapping his arms, I think he was just trying to keep him out of the rafters there, Pena. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Pettit finds a block and gets out across the 15 to about the 18-yard line.
Hey, Pettit, if you do good enough on defense, we'll let you carry that tater a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to let you tote the tater. Do that again. Oh, Wes.
Getting a run down to the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's going to do it for the Sierra Propane.
Wow.
3rd quarter already.
While they do that, I'll swing over to Max Prep, see what we got going over there.
A couple of things have impressed me so far this game. First one being, as far as penalties go, it's been pretty quiet. It's been very quiet. But what a change from the first half.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, I'm not complaining about the position we're in, but I didn't see it going this way.
That
not
that
like
first
this,
quarter.
no.
That first quarter, I was nervous.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, because the entire quarter was the Blue Ridge offense.
Yes.
And I was thinking, well, this is going to be a rough game if it's going to be like this all night. 2 plays, and then all of a sudden now, you know, they still have power on offense. We just saw it. For whatever reason, though, they get inside the red zone, and something, I don't know, the magic doesn't work inside the 20 for whatever reason. I can't put my finger on it, but that's definitely something that I'm sure their coaches are going to be looking at. Because you don't march down the field 60 yards to come up short.
And it's demoralizing when that happens.
Yeah, because stats-wise, I mean, they're probably leading in rushing and in rushing. Anyway.
Well, but we've got an 81 and a 44 and a 61 as well. Actually, 61 was a pass. So.
Well,
Is it third down?
No, it's second down.
Should be second down. Because they got third down over there.
Is this third down?
I guess we missed a play.
Did we miss a play?
Yeah, we missed a play.
Yeah, we had the Gavitt run, the Pettit run.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Pettit's going to keep it. He's going to get across the 22,
Ooh,
23
that's going to be
yard
awful
line.
close.
Yeah, it's
based on that mark, I think we're going to get it, depending on if he's a left foot or right foot. There we go. First down.
First down for the Elks. Refs are like, hey, we want to go home.
Well, I think the umpire said, yeah, it's a first down. The referee wanted to measure, and then they moved. Anyway, so, yeah.
Well, he
down.
had the best look at it. He surveyed the field like a professional. I know would do for you. They're at DMJM PLS Surveying Incorporated, Land Survey & Co.
Yeah, there you go.
Our good buddy, Mr. Muth.
Hey, that's Dad and I's initials.
Luker's
got a hole. We're off to the races. 40, 30, 20, 10. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good for another Trail Riders touchdown.
78 yards.
Excellent downfield block. Was that number 22?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
J.J. Logan picking up a nice block. Hey, guys, running clock for fourth quarter. Did anybody on the mountain see this going this way? Yeah, put your hand down.
Pre-game.
You might have been hoping for it.
Pre-game. Once the game started, not as much, but pre-game, not quite this bad, but.
Yeah, I didn't see a 35-0 blowout. Maybe a 21-14.
All I know is this is fun.
I do enjoy it.
I much prefer this to the nail biters.
Well, the cool thing about this is Blue Ridge has had some key victories, PowerPoints-wise. When we come away from this victory, and I'm going to say if, because 10 minutes is a long time.
To be generous.
I'm trying to be nice. But we're going to pick up a substantial boost in PowerPoints with this. Now, the key is going to be what do we get from the pace and Sholo?
Yeah, we got to see what happens in front of us. That's going to be see what happens there. 78 yards.
Yeah, so we're either going to stay hard in the middle or we'll get a pretty decent jump.
Yeah. Mojave beating Sabino, that's not going to help us. Some other games, no report. Push Christian just abusing Safford worse than we're abusing him. Abusing Blue Ridge. Florence ALA Ironwood, that will help. They're beating them by 3. Ben Franklin struggling with Valley Christian.
Nice kick to the 8-yard line. Yellowjackets get it heading right up the middle. His teammate keeping him on his feet. We're going to cross the 30. 10:20 left in the ball game.
With it being senior night, I bet he goes seniors.
Yeah.
Blue Ridge back in shotgun. He's rolling out to the far side. He's looking for the pass. And cannot bring it down.
They're going to have to start throwing a flag. Like, you can't push him down on the ground, then jump on him, and then as he's getting up, shove him back down.
Sure you can.
No, you cannot.
Well, you
Not
can.
if he's undefended. You can't just jump on his back
Yeah,
while he's getting up.
Yeah,
You know
I thought
what?
that was kind of a dirty little play.
There's a
going
lot
on
of things
right.
you can do in that situation, and that's not one of them.
Hey, the guy that should be calling that is rolling out into pass coverage, which he should not be doing. So, just saying.
Yeah, that was kind of a dirty play over here, in my opinion. I have to agree with Mr. Holiday there.
And
ball's loose.
Yeah,
and yet
now
you grab him and you spin in circles with him, and yet that's not holding.
Well, he had him around the collar, like inside of his pads, around his throat area with one hand, and the other one behind his back on that one.
Yeah, so I don't understand why that call's not being made. And of course, Haas is out there saying something because
he doesn't like it either.
well, I mean, I get that you would be frustrated, but come on, man.
Yeah, that's not how you want to be remembered on this game. Let's keep it classy.
And the sad part, and then let's look at it this way too. Between the guard and the center, you're probably looking at for almost 500 pounds, if not more. They're double teaming a kid that is a quarter of that weight.
Indeed. All right, getting ready.
Wes said.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we kind of figured that would happen.
Yeah.
And here's the punt. It's up. It's got some hang time. It's going to hit at the 45. It's picked up on the run by Crick.
No.
Or Cochran. Was that a 12 or a 4?
That's a 4. It's a
42.
That is a 4. So Cochran, will bring that across the 50 down to the Blue Ridge 46-yard line.
Excellent field position to start this drive.
Yeah, first and 10. Running clock. We're already down at 7. I'm sure Round Valley's going to take their time and milk the clock for everything they got, denying Blue Ridge the opportunity any more offense than absolutely necessary.
JV guys out.
Here's the
new center. I think he picked it up a little bit and then snapped it.
Prior to snap, false start, Round Valley.
So that's a snap infraction. Okay.
Yeah, he twitched and then snapped.
Yeah.
Please tune in to Let's Go Elks as we reveal the 2A and the 3A state championship brackets. Case and Finch from the shotgun to Titan Myers. Titan Myers up the middle.
Titan Myers battling out for about 3 or 4 yards as we now cross the 6-minute mark.
Big shout out to Beehive Homes of Eager. Come join the family at Beehive Homes and enjoy the comfort of a home-like atmosphere. They treat them like family. Home-cooked meals, the whole 9 yards. Took care of Aunt Gwen for Wes and his family. We love Beehive Homes here in Round Valley. Waiting for the swipes, and we're going to get the play off. There we go. Met in the backfield.
Myers hit and wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the Finch, they're telling him as soon as he's waiting until the back judge
as soon
starts.
as he sees the swipes, that's when he's getting ready and getting the play off.
Yeah, that should be either 5 or 10 seconds, so somewhere in that neighborhood.
Coach Baca telling him do this. Wait again, do the same thing. Good discipline on the offensive line, holding that.
Oh, he turns the corner.
Oh, that's a lot of speed.
Yeah.
And he'll get down to the, 41-yard line.
Makes it 4th and doable. You know, 4th and 5. We're going to go again.
Yeah.
Nice job, nice block out there on the outside by Wyatt Reed. Almost popped that down the sideline.
So we got to ask the question, do you think Blue Ridge envisioned the game going this way?
No. I think they're kind of what we were talking about, hoping to get a stop that first possession and then turn the ball game. You know.
I got to tell you, I'm surprised. And goes nowhere, so that'll turn the ball over on the 40. Blue Ridge will take over 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
When we went up 21-0, it put them in a situation they didn't want to be in, where they have to throw. We can pin our ears back. That's why you saw the screen passes and things, trying to counter that speed on our defense.
Well, the screen was working for them. I mean, they had plays in their playbook that were definitely working.
10, 12 yards a pop on the screens.
Yeah, it's like they got away from that for some reason. I don't know. Little hitch out to the far side, and he'll be hit and stood up and pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And hats off. Okay, Round Valley could have taken him to the ground, got the penalty. They didn't do it. They held him up, slowed him down so he didn't go off the track into the bleachers. So there is some sportsmanship going on out there. Middle. Yeah, run up the middle, and that will get him down to the, 42, between the 42 and 43-yard line.
Big shout out to Realty Executives. Jody Emerald, your local realtor. I know she sold Wes his first house. We went trick-or-treating to that house. I don't know who owns it now, but I remember that house fondly. That's where the friendship was forged, so to speak. But Jody Emerald, your Realty Executives realtor, 928-245-0392.
Oh, picks up a block, fighting down, crosses the 30, gets down to about the 28. You know what? Speaking of trick-or-treaters, I guess they did trunk-or-treat down at Ramsey Park last night.
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Yeah. So my wife went and got all kinds of candy, right, thinking that all of her students were going to come by. No. Not a single kid. We didn't get a single trick-or-treater.
We got a bunch last night. It's more than we've had in a long time.
None. Here's a handoff up the middle.
Oh, ball's on the ground.
Oh, Round Valley's got it.
We recovered.
Yeah, Round Valley's got it.
Black jersey at the bottom of the pile.
I believe that
51 Finch.
Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the knife. Yep, that's the knife in the heart, nail in the coffin. Good night, Irene.
If you want to put all the nails in all the coffins when you're buying or selling your real estate, go down and see our friends at Pioneer Title Agency. We love their professional approach, but they're not stuffy when they go about their business. They take care of everything, make it easy, make sure everything's done right. I enjoy going in there. You know, it's one of those things you got to do in life. You might as well do it with people you enjoy working with. Carly Beard and team, they do it right there at Pioneer Title Agency. Forgot which read I was doing. And we barely even talked about Mully Butlers tonight. What are you guys having? Celebrate our entrance into the playoffs.
I think I'm doing ribeye this time.
Ooh. That's a very gentleman decision.
Yes. My wife's gone, so I can afford to just go by myself and eat.
Oh,
She'll be leaving tomorrow.
Winning half of the 50-50 pot of over $1,000 tonight. Congratulations to Kathy Street.
Aw. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I've been keeping an eye on it.
Well, you know, the nice thing about the internet, if you don't like it, turn it off.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Hey, am I forgetting anybody? Did we not give anybody some love tonight as the game's kind of wrapping up? I think I got everybody. I think I showed everyone some love. As we enjoy the victory formation, handshakes, a few hugs.
That's it.
35-0. That hurts a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, I had faith the boys would win.
And that would be the truth.
But I didn't see 35-0.
I didn't see 35. I didn't see a shutout, and I didn't see a 35-point differential.
I didn't see a shutout. I'll be honest.
No.
I didn't see a shutout coming. I thought we could win comfortably if we played our game.
I honestly wonder if maybe that quarterback's dealing with something because they really didn't throw the ball. I mean, their most success was on short screen passes. But on the sidelines, warming up, he could sling it.
Yeah, he was throwing. You know, if there is some injuries, I would say something with movement, but he did roll out. But if you've got that and you're rolling, and they like to do that, that's tough to do, to roll and throw if you got that some middle body level injury.
Guys, I'm going to tell you, Blue Ridge, this was not the Blue Ridge team I was expecting to see tonight. It just wasn't. This, you know, with the games that they've had the last few weeks, I did not expect this at all.
Here's the thing, though. They were 7-0 3 weeks ago. They've lost Payson, Sholo, and now us in succession. They're going the wrong direction. You know, momentum-wise, everything else, they're in trouble. They're dropping down to 12-13, I would think, after this. Maybe they'll get a break with the teams behind them.
There we go.
See
the
if we
fight
can get
song
some.
down on the field. Pandemonium ensues. Cats and dogs living together. Good night of football.
Game's going in our favor. Florence over Ironwood, ALA Ironwood. That'll help us potentially move up a few spots. Payson is holding on. Probably going to beat Sholo. So congratulations to Payson if that holds on, winning the 3A East. And sets up a potential Round Valley Payson first round game next week.
Oh, that would be a blessing. You know, going into this game, I was worried that the last 2 weeks were kind of a letdown. I was worried about whether or not the boys had come out with intensity. You know, that concerned me. But no, they stepped up and did what they needed to do. The first quarter troubled me a little bit because, you know, Blue Ridge, had 9 minutes of possession in a 12-minute quarter?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I looked at that and thought, oh, we're in for a long night. This is going to be a one-score ball game. It's going to be tight.
Well, just the way their offense was running their first two possessions, you can tell that's a team that likes to play from ahead.
Yeah.
That likes to just dominate time of possession, grind it down, you know, and draw it out.
But I've never seen them in the 4 games of theirs I watched on film where they went a drive and ran the ball 9 out of 10 plays. I haven't seen that happen in their season all year long, especially early in the game. And I think that was their game plan tonight. Hey, we might be able to handle their pass rush, but we can grind it, neutralize that pass rush, run some play action. We can beat these guys, and they looked like they were going to execute it pretty well there in the first quarter.
To your point, Ethan, though, I'd like to point out the obvious. You can play like you're used to having the lead, but you have to get the lead first.
Yeah, those
You
drives
can't give
stalling out. I mean, Round Valley really a bend but don't break defense tonight for the Elks.
Right.
As soon as they felt like they didn't have to cover the whole field, well, now they're able to read quickly and just get up in there and stop those run plays. So
well, and it didn't look like Blue Ridge's offense was necessarily ready to play on a short field. I think they were anticipating we'll get inside the 30 and then we'll float the ball into the end zone, maybe come away with a passing touchdown. But then they get inside the 10, they get inside, once they got deep in the red zone, once the field got short, the defense became a wall and they didn't go anywhere. It was several times. It wasn't just once, it wasn't just twice, it was several times.
Yeah, that first drive especially, it confused me because they drive on us, and we're seeing it 4 or 5 yards a carry, and then they throw a silly pass. It just it just wasn't even a good design, and put them even with the sticks kind of out off schedule, and that played to our advantage. We were able to get 4th and medium. Didn't they have a critical penalty down there, motion penalty or something?
Did.
Put them in 4th and 6 instead of 4th and 1. Yeah, because they threw a pass on 3rd and 1. They tried to catch us.
They threw a pass on first down, went nowhere. So then they were behind for the first time.
But then they got 9, had 3rd and 1, ran play action, missed, and then jumped off sides or
so instead of 4th and 1, it's 4th and 6. Yes.
And we stopped them on 4th and 6.
Yeah, but guys, it was like that every time they got in the red zone. It followed that script. It was like, we're going to run an offense that will get us all the way down the field, and then once we get in the red zone, we'll abandon what got us there and try to get too cute by half and then get stalled out.
Yep.
And I don't want to tell the coaches how to do their jobs, but I mean, if I was the head coach of that program, I would sit down and say, okay,
what did we do here?
Why are we, we're marching down the field 6-8 yards at a carry, and then as soon as we get in the red zone, now we're down to no yardage at all. Why? How is that happening?
Yep.
And those are hard questions you have to ask. I mean, because if you look at just the time of possession and the amount of yardage they accumulated with their drives, you would think the score would be the other way.
Yep.
They gave up, 4 big plays, and Round Valley only marched down the field once.
Yeah.
The 3 or 4 of those scores were just on big plays where they took advantage of either a blitz or busted coverage or something along those lines.
Well, we had 81 yards for a touchdown. Luker, then second touchdown late first half was about a 25-yard pass for a touchdown. Crick, 44 yards run, 61-yard reception, and 78-yard run.
Okay, let's talk about Staten Wilson's touchdown in the end of the first half.
You guys, I couldn't see much of it. I was behind the players.
He's in the middle of the field, surrounded by the safety
and DBs.
And all the linebackers are back there with him. They're all standing beside him, and Luker probably made one of the most dangerous passes in the game.
But throws a strike.
He throws a strike, but statistically speaking, that should have never happened.
And the one thing I was able to see, he put it also over the top of a linebacker that was up closer. I mean, great throw. I have to give him credit because to throw into that traffic and put it on the money and get the touchdown out of it is huge.
Right, but in the middle of my point is in the middle of the field when you're immersed in the defense. Yep. That is a dangerous throw. Most of the time you see the quarterback float it to the corner, the back corner, something, a jump ball maybe, not just a hard throw in the center.
Yeah.
Ready when you are, Wes. All right, we're getting ready to go down on the field. Wes has got some seniors rounded up, so get out your tissues, or who knows, maybe they'll make it keep it light and funny. Excuse me. I don't know. Probably. We will see. And he was ready. Now he's doing more talking.
Well, they're trying to find it, all the seniors.
Looks like the only one they're missing is Clark.
Yeah, I don't see Clark. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, we're ready. ready.
Gonna do a mic check. We're gonna see if we can hear him.
Oh, we'll hear. Oh,
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I got no audio, Wes. Oh.
Is there something where...
Yes, sir.
Give me your phone number.
480-300-97.
Here, I'll turn you down.
All right, you hear me?
All right. How can we hear me up in the booth? Hey, that's the thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Farmers Insurance. Mr. Jaron Burnham bringing the action. We're here with the seniors tonight, so strap in. It's going to be just a minute. We're going to start things off with number 4, the chef. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Staten Wilson. Staten, did you think you were going to gain a new nickname your senior year? How you doing?
Nope, I didn't. Not until I broke my hand first game. Nope.
Started off with oven mitt, then he got upgraded to the chef because you got to let the man cook, and I think we definitely saw that tonight. Any plays that stand out to you as being, man, that was it. That feels good.
Oh, that stick and go, the one where I got the corner to bite and Connor threw a great pass. Broke the safety and ran for the touchdown. That was what I was looking for.
It was a beautiful play. Go back and watch that one. One of the best of the night. Connor sells it hard. You break away. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Staten, your senior year, we don't know yet. This may be the last game that you play in the Round Valley Dome. Thoughts that are going through your head?
We're hoping for one more game. Hoping Payson loses over there in Sholo. If this is the last one, it was a good way to go out.
We will know tomorrow morning. We're going to do a bracket reveal at 9 o'clock, so be staying tuned for that as we know how the Elks did, where the bracket lines up, and we'll know where the Elks are playing. And so whether you're here or on the road, what's the mentality of the Elks? How do things go in the locker room?
It was a party in there after the game, but we were all focused before the game. We all dressed up before our games to kind of show that we mean business. It's super fun.
Right on. Well, let's keep the party going. Enjoy the weekend, and let's hit it hard. Staten, anybody that you want to share some love to that might be watching on the live stream tonight?
I can't think of any tonight. They're all here. They all made it the trip. So.
Everybody made it and got some shout-outs sharing the jerseys. Ladies and gentlemen, Staten, the chef, Wilson. Thank you, sir. All right, we'll take it. You can't see his number, but ladies and gentlemen, why don't you introduce, well, he's working on it. Introduce yourself, let the crowd know your number and who you are.
Number 2, and Kyle Clark.
We got Kyle Clark in the house, so we're talking little nostalgia, little memories, little feels. Play of the game for you tonight. What was the play that you're just like, had some fun or watched somebody have some fun tonight?
Staten and Connor on that pump fake. That is my favorite.
He sold it super hard, right? It was a beautiful play.
Couldn't be any better. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So anything that's going through your mind, possibly the last game that you're going to play in the Round Valley Dome, we might be headed on the road next week, but how are the seniors feeling? How are you feeling?
I feel like it couldn't be any better. Played our hearts out one last time, and it's all uphill from here, I feel like.
Awesome. Mr. Clark, anybody that you give a shout-out to, whether they're here in the Dome or not, who do you want to give some love that have supported you throughout your football career?
My coaches and my family. So, a lot of support.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kyle Clark, number 2. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right, this is the man, number 5. You can see his number. This is Wyatt Reed right here. Wyatt, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Good win. Doing good.
Good win. Anything that stands out? Pivotal plays, key plays, fun plays. What was awesome tonight?
I'd say the touchdown for Connor, that long one. QB keep was nice. And fun to watch.
Great offensive line taking care of him there. You could have drove a truck through some of that hole right there, and then he was just off to the races. I love it. What was the vibe in the locker room? How's the team feeling right now?
Just excited for next week and 2 weeks after that until state.
Right on. Anything that you want to share with us, Wyatt? Anybody that you want to give a shout out to that might be watching the stream tonight?
I think I'm all good.
All right, Mr. Wyatt Reed, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. All right, we got Johnny. Ladies and gentlemen, cross-country star aficionado, lots of different things. Number 10, Mr. Johnny Madrid. Johnny, how you feel?
Feeling great.
So, 40 games of football, 40-plus games, middle school, everything, leading up to this moment, possibly the last game in the Dome. Tell me what's going through your mind right now.
Just a lot of gratitude being able to play this game and living in a town that, has this love for the game.
Definitely some love for the game. Anybody in particular that you want to give some love to? You gave your jersey to Mr. Burton, which I thought was very awesome. Him unable to be here tonight because he's got the team working on a cross-country meet right now, but anybody else you want to give some love to?
Give a shout out to him and my older sister Sam. She's really inspired me to be the best athlete and person that I can be.
That's awesome. Let's talk about the game tonight, Johnny. What was the play of the game for you, whether you got something amazing or you saw somebody else do something amazing tonight?
I think the play of the game was Stetton's stick and go. They really put a dagger in them, and after that they just fell apart. So
I think we can add, if you guys are keeping track up there, I think that's the 3rd or 4th time that was the play of the game right there. Anything else you want to share with us, Johnny? Any emotions you're feeling? You ready for next week? Just where you at?
We're not done yet. No, we better not be.
You heard it here first. The Elks aren't done yet. Mr. Johnny Madrid, number 10. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, here he is. Here he is, probably the smell. No, not the smelliest man. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Luker, number 11. Connor, how you doing tonight?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Nobody ever asks me. I appreciate it when people ask me questions. That's real nice. Connor, so you've already got, all the votes, right? But talk to us, what were the plays of the game that really just stuck out to you as you led the Elks offensively tonight?
My 2 favorite was Brody Creek's first touchdown. I feel like that was the momentum boost that we needed. And then the second one was the touchdown pass to Staten over here. That post.
Okay.
Because I looked off Trenton Trickey, who's their best player, I believe, and I threw it perfectly. And he was right where he should be. Touchdown.
Beautiful. Having the time to be able to do so a shout out to the offensive line helping get it done that way. Lots of emotions. Connor, this may be the last game you play in the Dome. What's been going through your mind today?
Well, I've been playing in here since 1st grade, so it's really I don't know how to explain it. It's sad, but it's glad it's over, but not. I don't ever want it to end, but I want to go do bigger things, so I'm excited.
Got to be ready to take the next step, and I'm sure that you absolutely will. So what was the feel of the team, or what do you think the vibe of the team is getting ready for the first round of the playoffs next week?
I think we're ready. All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. You heard it here. Ladies and gentlemen, quarterback for the Round Valley Elks, Mr. Connor Luker. Thank you, sir. Court is in session, ladies and gentlemen. No, the judge says howdy. That's a basketball reference. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Latham, how you doing tonight?
Good.
Doing real good. Did the car run real good?
Yeah.
Do you know what to do with your hands? That is my question.
No.
No, that's good. You should know what to do with your hands. Goofballs. Utter goofballs. Anybody that you've really been thinking about this season? Who has supported you? Who has helped make this happen, this season happen, your football career happen, Mr. Latham?
Probably just my teammates. Want to go out there and play with them, so they probably want to keep me going.
Not that goofball right there?
No.
No, absolutely no love. Number 9 right there.
No, none.
All right, Latham, play of the game or plays of the game, player of the game, just who blew it up tonight?
I'd say Brody Crick after he got that first touchdown. He kind of started, and the momentum never stopped from there. So
really turned the tides a little bit for the Elks, right?
Yeah.
Anybody that you want to give a shout out to that might be watching, might be here tonight, but anybody you want to give some love to tonight?
My teammates, my family.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you have a question, or do you want him to give you some love? Is that what you think right now? Ladies and gentlemen, number 14, the judge, Latham. Yep. Number 19, introduce yourself to the camera. Let the crowd know who you be.
I'm Colton. I'm a football player for Round Valley.
That is, we got to see him on the field tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Colt gave his jersey that you saw in the video in the pregame to his brother. Talk to me about that. Why'd you choose, of all the people in the community or outside the community that you could have highlighted as something that means something to you, why your brother?
Well, I chose my brother just because he's always been there for me. You know, growing up together, like, it's just, I feel like we've been there for each other, and I don't know, we just have a strong bond, and no one else comes close to it.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. Family, 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 family. Talk to us about this family, about this football family. How'd things go tonight?
Oh, these guys played great tonight. We've grown up together, we played together, and yeah, as you can tell, things really clicked tonight, and it's just awesome to see us all play together one last time.
One last time, maybe here in the Dome, right? We don't know, because tomorrow we're going to find out. Connor says all gas, no brakes, and I believe it. All gas, no brakes. You guys aren't done, is what we've heard as well. You guys still got things to do. How's the team feel? Are we going into next week? What are you feeling?
We're feeling confident. We just need to take it day by day, you know, work hard in practice, and I think things will keep clicking. This is the start. This is the start of something.
Cole, anybody that you want to give some love to, either watching the stream or here in the field tonight, who do you want to give some love to?
I want to give love to my papa. He's out in Iowa, and he's still working, and he's a hard worker. I just wish he could have been here tonight to see
Papa, play. We hope that you were watching the live stream. If not, we'll send you the link, so hopefully you can catch some of the action, see some of the amazing stuff the Elks did. 35-0 shutout. How does that feel on senior night?
It feels amazing. Like I said, it's just the start. It's just the start of something. I think we're going to take it far.
7-3 on the season. We head into the postseason. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cole Tom, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Five for 5, sir. How's that feel tonight on the PAT situation?
Feels pretty good.
Joseph Watley, for those of you who don't know, Mr. 44, kicking the ball all over the place for the Round Valley Elks. Went 5 for 5 from the PAT situation, helping that 35-0 shutout happen. What was the play of the game? What was the thing that you just enjoyed the most, whether you were watching or whether you're in on?
I feel like the best thing was our energy after the first half. First half we were kind of sluggish, in the second half we were just all rowdy. We're all in it, going all out.
We could feel it, you could see it. It just happened. As soon as the momentum changed, things got turned up, and you guys didn't take your foot off the gas at all.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that to? Was it a moving speech by Coach? What was it that changed things? We heard Brody Crick's run really lit things up. What do you think changed the momentum for the Elks tonight?
What I think it was is, even though the coaches said a bunch of things to get us all pumped up, it really takes the players to change. It's got to take them. They got to want to change to make it happen.
I love it. I love it. The team, the players. Anybody that you want to give a shout out to, any love that you want to share that might have been watching either here in the field or on the stream tonight?
I probably want to give it out to Kason Finch. He held the ball really well. Without him, I wouldn't have made those field goals.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joseph Watley, thank you, sir.
Of course.
Right on. All right, moving on down the line, we got 83,000 seniors. We're almost there. This poor lady's never going to get her phone back. I apologize. Maybe someday or the battery's going to go dead. I don't know. Right now, we're joined by center, number 52, Ryan Pena. Ryan, I need to know, how many gallons do you think your father has cried tonight?
Oh, so many.
All of the gallons. You may need to get him some electrolytes. He may need some help. But Ryan, how about you? What's been going through your mind today? How are all the feels with this possibly being the last game in the Round Valley Dome?
It's been absolutely crazy. I've been playing in here since I was 5 years old. You don't think about the end until it's there, and some parts of it are happy. You're happy to be playing football. Then others are kind of depressing. It might be the last one here. It's in front of these stands, in front of all the fans that have watched me growing up, in front of my family in here, and it's just hard to explain.
Anybody in particular that you'd like to give a shout out to that has been watching you play since you were 5 years old?
Well, definitely my family, and especially my sister Janelle. She has been, this year she's driven down from Flagstaff on every Friday game to come support me in my senior year. It's been absolutely wonderful having her at my games. And I'd like to shout out my brother Daniel, watching from Idaho. in college, and it's just wonderful.
Right on, right on. Any play in particular that really just made the night for you that was just like, that's it?
Well, I remember what play it was, but it was when Brody Crick broke it for long, and I was over here by the 30, holding my arms up for touchdown, even though he had 40 yards to go.
There was no doubt. Everybody knew. At that point, I'm looking for laundry on the field just to make sure before I scream touchdown to the crowd, right? But a lot of people saying Brody Crick really helped turn the tide momentum-wise and really helped the Elks get that 35-0 shutout. Any final words, anything that you want to share with the crowd, Mr. Ryan Pinion?
Thanks for what you do, Wes. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that. It takes a herd. It takes a village of everybody at Let's Go Elks, so thanks for being part. Ryan, one of our cameramen back in the day, and then he got into the varsity team, and we didn't get him anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Pinion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Guys, we got a few more. Mr. Finch. Mr. Finch, you gave your jersey to Mona Haas. Talk to us about that.
Well, she's like one of the best people that I know, and she's helped me through so much during, like, last year at the beginning of the year was kind of a rough time, and she helped me get through that with just the environment she creates with the Madrigals, and it was really awesome. She's just a really awesome person.
If you haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, jump on Let's Go Elks and watch the Ripple Effect 2024, and you can get to see Mrs. Haas, an amazing woman. You see her up top, you see her down here. She was all over the place today helping the fine arts programs at Round Valley. Let's talk about the game just a bit. Brody, what was the play for you? What made tonight happen?
I think like the first touchdown that Brody Crick scored, I was jumping up and down on the sideline when I saw him running down, and I thought that was awesome.
Everybody's saying that really was one of the big momentum shifters for the Elks, right? And yet no brakes, foot on the gas, we went after it. And so possibly your last game in the Dome, anything that you're feeling, anything you want to share with the crowd?
I've only played 4 years in the Dome, but it's going to be really hard not playing in the Dome anymore. It's going to be kind of rough, but I can't wait for what the playoffs will bring.
We will know by about 9:30 tomorrow morning where the Elks are going to be for their first playoff game. Brody, anybody that you want to give some love to that may have been watching you this season here in the Dome or possibly out and about on the live streams?
Well, obviously my parents, they've done so much for me in my, like, just in life and stuff. And I also want to thank Coach Baca and Coach Haas. At one point I was thinking about quitting, but they just told me to keep going, and I just wanted to keep going for them.
It takes a village. Appreciate all the examples that we have in our life, and I'm glad they were able to help you get to the finish line here. But we're not done yet. We'll see what happens next week. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Finch, number 54. We found there's light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're near the end. I won't tell everybody else we saved the best for last, all right? As long as we keep that a secret. That's all right, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 77, Mr. Wyatt Hetrick. Wyatt, just what's going through your brain? Stream of consciousness, just talk to me here.
I couldn't ask for a better senior night. It's surreal. All these years I've seen these senior nights, and I'm like, oh, that's so far away. I'm not gonna worry about it. And now I'm here, and I couldn't ask for a better senior night.
Beautiful night. I mean, it's hard to beat a shutout, right? No matter the score, but 35-0.
Especially Blue Ridge.
Especially Blue Ridge. You guys really have found a way to turn it up in the back half of the season. Talk to me about that momentum. Talk to me about the postseason.
We're going to just keep doing what we're doing. We're not going to let up. There's a high standard, and we're going to stick to that high standard.
Mr. Hetrick, is there anybody that you want to highlight? You shared your jersey tonight with one of the coaches, Mr. Travis Trickey. Anything about him, anything about anybody else that you want to share with us tonight that's been supporting you in your high school career?
I just want to say, Travis Trickey, you're one of the most important people in my life, and you saved me in a time that I needed you the most, and there's no one I appreciate more than you. I appreciate my family. I appreciate my friends. I appreciate everyone in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, number 77, Wyatt Hetrick. Thank you, sir. All right, we got one more, and I think I said it. Oh, we got the managers. Come on. We can turn the camera. You know that works that way, right? We can turn the camera to you. Okay, so now you guys can't tell Wyatt that I saved the best for last, right? Just make sure. Just make sure. So if you would, ladies and gentlemen, these are two individuals that you may not have seen unless maybe it's a timeout, maybe they're running on and off the field. But introduce yourselves and tell us, why am I talking to you right now?
I am Janaea Mavisca, and because Brad Baca does not want to do his interview.
That's why you're here. And you, ma'am?
I'm Mia Peterson, same reason.
Because Brad is not wanting to have to come over here and talk. Okay, so what's your role? Tell us about your part, because it takes a village and it takes everybody to make this thing happen every Friday night and every practice. And I was told not to smell the laundry. So talk to me about your guys' role in the Round Valley Elks' success on the football field.
Well, pretty much everybody thinks that we do mainly waters, and yes, we do that, but we also do their laundry and keep like the equipment room clean, keep the ball bags together, make sure that they're ready to go on away games, make sure that they're ready for home games. We get their huddle set up so they can watch film at home, so they can learn and see what they did wrong and right. We get the coaches' headsets together. Sometimes we go get them snacks from Sonic. We fix their helmets. We fix their shoulder pads.
Like everything. So is there anything you don't do?
Not really, no.
No, they do it all. Ladies and gentlemen, because their mothers couldn't be on the field, we have these two amazing individuals right here. Anybody that you want to give a shout out to that watches the live streams?
I want to give a shout out to my mom and my grandparents and my brothers. Hi, and my nieces and nephews.
All right, Mia?
I guess my mom and my dad and my family. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the managers for the Round Valley Elks seniors tonight. Amazing, amazing. We're going to see if we can drag him over here. All right. All right, Coach, how are we doing tonight, Coach?
I'm feeling great now.
Yeah, now this part of it, right? You see Coach a little it's a little more, but we're excited. We're loose. Tomorrow morning, you're going to see him running it all off. At least that's where I normally see you Saturday, running some stadiums.
Well, my back's been hurt, so I don't know this week yet.
No breaks, Coach. No breaks. No breaks. I have heard that chiropractors aren't real doctors, but that's a different conversation. We don't go there.
They're great.
Yeah, sorry, guys. No, chiropractors are amazing. They are actually very amazing. Coach, you're in the business of building teams and making men. Talk to me about that, specifically maybe some of these gentlemen that I just talked to. Talk to me about this season.
This has been one of the funnest seasons, and it's what you're just saying. It's more of once we get to where we start worrying more about helping them to be better people, it seems like things start getting better. When we first focus, like at the first of the year, like, oh, we got to win. Things are kind of tense. Everyone's kind of on edge. And then we turn a corner, and it's happened the last 2 years where we're like, you know what? This is more about football and winning. This is about these kids being better people, learning, growing, seeing things they can do that they didn't think they could do and getting better. And this group of seniors has been outstanding. I mean, all of them, the things I sent you, I don't know where you put those things, but
just wait, ladies and gentlemen, that's coming. You'll see that later.
All of those things I said about those kids, they're such an inspiration and great examples to not just each other and the team, but to me. So they've helped me throughout this year and throughout these years to become a better person. So I appreciate them for everything they do.
It's one of those things where I feel like we learn more from them than we can give to them right by the end of the year.
And you think, oh, you're the mentor, you're the one coaching them. And by the end of it, you're like, some of these kids have been through a lot. Some of these kids have overcome adversity. They haven't had the best home lives. And they figure it out, and they stick with things, and they become better people. And I love them, and I love all these kids that we coach. But this group of seniors we're going to miss, just like every year. They leave. It's the worst to see these kids go. But it's on to the next group. But I'm going to miss these guys.
If that's not the definition of success, I don't know what is. Seeing them grow a little bit, ownership, becoming men, all of those things, just so beautiful to see.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. That's the whole thing that we aim to do with these kids, and I love it, and I'm glad they're learning something and becoming better.
Coach, not since there was like a football game or something that happened tonight, 35-0 against Blue Ridge. Talk to us about what that does for you guys. How are you feeling? Is that what we expected? Just talk to us about the game a little bit.
We've told them all year, if we can play a full game, we are a great football team. We have the potential to be great. We still didn't play a full game. We kind of sputtered in the first quarter. But once we got going, we put it all together. They're a little banged up. They've got some kids that were hurt. But our kids responded to the challenge of playing 7 seconds at a time, 4 quarters. And you saw what they did. When they can do that, when they can play like that with that confidence, and that drive on every play, they're a great team. And we have the chance to continue this thing for a ways.
A lot of the seniors talked about momentum shifting and changing, and then it was all gas, no brakes. What was that from the coaching staff? When did you see that momentum shift, the tides turned, and it was over?
Yeah, it was right. Well, halftime you could kind of see it a little bit. We told them at halftime, we want to see you put the foot on the throat and end teams. Just get it over with. Like, stop messing around, because we've been up in games 14-0, and we kind of let teams just stick around all year. This one, they took that challenge because we told them, let's just play. Come out right now, first drive, let's score, and you'll see them fall apart. And it's exactly what happened. We scored on the first drive, and then it was kind of we just kept going. We kept getting better. Even our young guys came in and played well. So it was a full team win. Coaching staff is great. Kids are great. Managers, everybody that helps with this program, wives, everybody, school, everybody's a part of this, and we appreciate everything that everyone does for us. So,
well, Coach, thanks for an amazing night of football. What a great way to end the regular season. What a great senior night, shutting the Yellowjackets out 35-0. We look forward to the postseason. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Coach Brad Baca.
Thanks, Wes.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, guys, we're going to head back up top and wrap things up. This is the post-game show brought to you by Farmers Insurance. You're watching Let's Go Elks.
Thank you, Wes. Oh, those are some great interviews tonight. Some great seniors, good kids. A rare appearance by Coach.
Yeah, he does not. He does not like doing that. I wouldn't say he's camera shy, but yeah, I think he's a little humble. He likes the kids to have the attention, but I'm glad we grabbed him.
Me too. I like that guy personally. He's my next door neighbor, so never hurts to butter him up in public when I can. But I've appreciated what he's done with the teams he's had, with the adversity that they faced as a team. He always seems to bring out the best in them, even in loss.
Yes, yes. He's, and I'll tell anybody that'll listen, he's not about just the win on the field like he talked about. He wants these gentlemen, these young women that are managers, whoever that he's around, to excel in life, to do good things. He encourages them to give service in the community. There's a gentleman that needed some help hauling hay this fall, and is after a long away game, and he got 8 guys out there hauling hay. That's just awesome. Awesome, the things that I see him encourage these kids to do.
Yeah, and can't echo enough. We are going to miss these seniors.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
It's always such a bummer.
You guys, you did that on purpose.
What? I would never do that just so I would have to take another drink from another water bottle.
The loss we will all feel in May when these young men graduate.
Yeah, looking ahead to the futures they'll have,
you guys
the lives
suck,
they'll
man.
live.
As they pack and move on to the next adventure.
Hey, I'm
life.
looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. That's not going to draw tears,
Yeah, when Ryan's standing in your living room and he's about to open his letter, I'm sure, we need to be there with a camera.
I'm not saying I'm not going to cry, but but empty nesting isn't necessarily a down thing in our household. We look forward to that episode of our life, part of our life.
Well, good. So tomorrow morning, looks like we're going to get ready to put on a nice little bracket reveal show. We're going to talk about some stuff, figure out where it all lands.
Hey, where are we doing that, by the way?
That is an excellent question. I know you guys just have to come right back to this channel, and you're covered.
Yeah, for you it's easy. For us, we got to figure out where we're going to get together.
Yeah, we got some options.
Yeah,
we got some
do.
good options.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. We've done it in an office in the Dome. We've done it in Wes's garage. We've done it in his office.
I've got some thoughts, but I'll share them off the air.
All right, I like it. Let's maybe get some variety. Maybe we'll go do it on the outdoor field if it's not ridiculously smoky or windy or cold. Yeah. So, anyways, that's what we got going on. Hey, thanks for sticking with us as long as you have tonight. Huge win for the Elks. I'm so anxious to see what this does for us. How did we come out on the Sholo Payson score?
24-21 Payson final.
Oh, man. That was close.
Yeah.
I knew that Sholo team was going to be tough.
Yeah.
Payson has just been finding ways to win.
That
dangerous
that
team.
is 100% accurate call right there. They find ways, and that's like I said, that makes them dangerous.
I mean, that's championship football, really.
Being opportunistic.
Yeah.
They forced that fumble against us.
They stole at least 2 possessions against us.
Yeah.
And turned them into points. Mm-hmm. You know, like you said, letting teams stay in it off our own mistakes.
They run 2 kickoffs back for a touchdown against Blue Ridge. Who does that? You know, I watch a lot of football, and I can't remember the last time I saw that happen.
In one game?
In one
2,
game.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
1 is a good night for special teams. We're going out, we're getting a pizza, boys.
Kid got hit, broke a tackle, should have been down, and he goes 60 more yards for a touchdown on the second one. Yeah, they are very opportunistic. That is a dangerous team, especially when you have a quarterback that can throw it a long ways.
Well, with any luck, maybe we'll have them.
Yep. I wouldn't mind giving them another shot.
Right.
Be able to answer that call.
Howdy, folks.
Hey.
I'd much prefer that than going to River Valley.
Well, that was
yeah, no kidding.
That was the prediction I just heard on the concourse. It's looking like River Valley, and unfortunately, looking at the bracket, that's kind of what's been on my mind as well. Is that we are got a long drive ahead of us. No other way to say it, folks. Yeah. That's a long drive, but. Sholo, unfortunately, unable to make it happen, correct? 24-21, did I see or hear that was the final there? Yep. So that diminishes their playoff chances, correct? That should.
Yeah, that pretty much.
I didn't see. I can't remember what the gap was in between them and 17.
Oh, and see if is there enough there to hold them in the 16 spot?
Yeah.
Because it really, I don't know if it'll hurt them a ton, like 10-17. They weren't expecting 10-17 on Max Prep side. Sorry, 2 sets of numbers, as it were.
And in being 16 and playing a quality team, you know, that they're not going to drop a lot. And so let's see here. I've got it right now. They were at 5.4. Chrisman was 4.4. Valley Christian lost tonight. They put a scare into somebody, though, one of the bigger schools. Ooh. No report on the Coolidge game yet. But, yeah, so Sholo's to be tooth and nail, see if they hold in. I'd feel bad for them because they played so well at the end of the season.
Well, we'll know at 9 o'clock tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so, guys, I announced it a few times live. We are going to try to we're going to have a bracket show tomorrow morning. We've got to talk about that as soon as the stream gets over. We are going to try to build a quick live stream for you. We're going to let you listen to the bracket show, then we'll discuss a little bit about what that does to us and everybody else in the 16 teams that are going to head into the playoffs, into the state championship bracket. So stay tuned for that. That stream is built. You can find it on our YouTube channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to know when we go live tomorrow morning. I'm sure you guys have said it all twice already, and I think you probably even talked about football for 5 or 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So, Dan, how many gallons of tears has Steven cried today? I just need to know. Is it
unofficially, we're at 2.5, but we do have him at 6 fully completed and executed cries for those at home playing the home game.
There was a flag on one of those, and so they called it back. We're going to stick with 6, though. But, ladies and gentlemen, from here in the Dome, I'm sure you guys have chatted it up. I just wanted to get to say hi because I don't get to say hi to you guys very often. Thank you so much for being part of the herd here at Let's Go Elks. Thanks to all of our amazing partners that help us bring the content to you each and every week. We are headed into the playoffs, guys, and if you would like to be part of our postseason coverage, please reach out to me in the next few days so we can build that ad package into there for you. We'd love to have you support us, especially if we have to make the drive to River Valley. That'll be a lovely little jaunt down the I-40. But I think it's Friday, so we hopefully we'll have to see what the snow situation is going to be. But, guys, wherever you are, thank you so much for being part of the herd. We appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to Team Black and Team Gold, to all those amazing, fun people, guys. If your family wants to support our content, just hit that join button after you subscribe. You can join Team Black or Team Gold. It gives you some cool icons in the chat. It gives you some extra emojis, some fun stuff. But it is just so appreciated because it helps us do just a little bit more. New camera. I don't know if you guys talked about that, but we had a new camera on the field tonight, so I'm excited to see what that thing looked like. But we had to pull the trigger on a new field camera last week, and we can do that because of the amazing support that we get from our community, from the businesses and organizations that support Let's Go Elks. So very humbly, thank you. Thank you for that. From the Dome, guys, this amazing crew tonight. We had Addie and Gareth on the field. I just stole Mr. Ethan Holliday's spot. To my right, your left most likely, we got Mr. Stephen Pina on the stats, Mr. Dan Muth on the mic, taking all of the button pressing way too seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Wesley McBride. You guys have a wonderful evening. Be safe. Make good choices. You've been watching Let's Go Elks.